Oh, nice. Yeah. So I
Mhm.
mean, look, you just get an extra couple hours on the plane in a business lay flat. Was it like a lay flat seat?
Unfortunately not, but
Oh,
it was still more comfortable. Yeah, it wasn't the lay flat nice
one
one.
of the old school. But still, I mean, and
Yeah,
you got like drinks. I'm sure they gave you drinks. No?
they did. And we got fed because we were starving because the flight out was originally supposed to be, well, flight from New York to Chicago was at 6 p.m. So it was kind of
Uh-huh.
that weird area where you don't have dinner yet. And we're
Right.
like, "Oh, we'll get something in Chicago." And then it just then we had to rush. It was a little late then, and then we had to rush over, and then everything was closed in Chicago's airport. And luckily, we got fed on the flight from Chicago to San Diego. So it was bad. Did you get a lay flat?
Yeah, on American. You flew,
United.
oh, shoot, wait. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, no
Oh,
wonder they can
sorry.
hear us because I switched screens.
No sound. Mm. Wait.
Okay. All right. Because I switched screens already.
Oh.
So I'm on the streaming screen. Whoops. You figure this is one episode 167.
It's
Uh, 166 has been taken down, although I think it's still available here on Twitch.
uh-oh.
Um, Nothing really, don't really think anything. Just trying to stay ahead of the curve. Don't want to get too mean.
Okay.
Um, that's all. Nothing really. So Courtney's here. Welcome to Sketch Fighters. I'm Bernard Chang, your host, along with my co-host, Courtney.
Hello.
And then we're waiting for Mr. Chen to show up, Mr. Sean Chen. Um,
Your roomie.
we just got back from New York. Most everybody, although I think Fletch is still in New York. Um, for Jerry's wedding. Jerry is probably going to be out today because he's got family still in town. The in-laws are staying with Jerry.
Hmm.
So, who was that?
There's Sean.
Sean's here, Mr. Chen.
Hey, how's it going?
How's the weather in New York? Welcome, Mr.
It's
Chen. Sean Chen, professional comic book artist.
it's terrible. You guys got out just in time. It's like freezing rain, and it's like kind of it froze to the ground. So you go outside and you just
Oh,
like slip everywhere, like you're not even like you're just sliding down the sidewalk.
nice.
It's dangerous as hell, and it's freezing. So, um, yeah,
Is
you guys are lucky. You're out of here.
school canceled or?
No, well, we'll see tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. Looks
Very
like we got
lucky.
out just at the right time, Courtney. I mean, it was already cold enough.
There was a little snow on Sunday though. Did
There
you
was
did
there
you
was
get
a little
out?
snow Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I saw
I
that.
enjoyed it. I was super excited. People in New York were just like, "Why is she looking like that on the street? She looks weird."
A
I was
little
like,
snow,
"This is crazy."
it was like thick snow too. I mean, with thick
Flurries, I
granules.
think.
Yeah, and and all right. So everybody recovered. Everybody got over their hangovers, or
Well,
no?
with me, it was lack of sleep. I was severely sleep deprived, but everyone else was, I guess, had to recover from being drinking a lot. And it seems like everyone had a lot.
I
Yeah,
think everybody had a lot.
it was all top shelf liquor. We basically finished. I don't know how many, maybe 10 or a dozen bottles of Oban.
Only Oban because I
Well, there
I
was
know
other
you
ones
guys
too.
finished other ones too, and that was crazy.
Yeah, we ended up opening up a couple of other bottles afterwards. And then after everybody left, I was still with Jerry. We had another few more shots. I was pretty blasted. Although, since COVID, again, I really haven't gotten drunk. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I'll feel like I'm buzzed, but not to the extent of where I know in the past that I've gotten buzzed, where I don't remember anything. Like I'm completely in control of my facilities. I remember everything. I might stumble a little bit when I'm walking, but not much. Um, but I'm not like, I mean, there was a comic book writer that we were hanging out with that was completely blasted. That wrangled Sean into a corner and was
Oh
talking
no.
his ear off.
You act like it was an unwelcome conversation. I mean, I was
No, not an
really trying
unwelcome.
to.
No. I mean, but he was plastered. I mean,
Is he
'cause
already a drinker though?
I think so. And
Yeah.
excuse me, there's no green screen today. Although it's a slight green screen, I'm wearing a hoodie because it's cold AF. Even I'm in LA. I don't have the heat on in the place. The heat would be kind of loud. There'd be a buzzing in the background, and then B, kind of cheap. So I don't want to pay for the heat. So is someone else to jump on?
Oh, Fletch!
Hey,
Fletch got on.
FCF,
I
FCF.
was worried. I was worried about Fletch during the wedding.
What?
I think early on, I think.
Well, that's who I was saying was plastered, Sean. You gave it
No,
away.
but you said it was a writer.
Oh,
I guess I read.
comic book pro.
You know what? It's talking to Fletch. Something weird happens. He would be talking, and then like every maybe third or fourth syllable would just cut out. And then
Oh, in person.
In
Yeah.
person.
So it's not really the. That's just how Flesh is.
yeah.
Flesh is an interdimensional being, and so sometimes he comes in and out.
I
Right?
believe that 100%.
I just want it myself.
Is that possible? I mean, you're a hermaphrodite?
What? What is this? What's going? Are you ganging up on me, guys? Come on, I might be still.
What's a hermaphrodite? What does that have to? What does that have to do with? I mean, no, I know what a hermaphrodite is, but what does that have to do with Fletch?
I don't know, maybe
What?
burning question Sean always had.
I don't get it.
Fletch is the best drunk ever, though. Fletch, you're just like the sweetest drunk.
Yeah, you're not
I
mean at
love
all.
it when you're drunk. You're just you're so happy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to out you as drinking heavy.
No, that was a great wedding, a great celebration, and I woke up drunk. It was so much whiskey. Oh my god!
What time did you get home?
I took a taxi back, but I got back. I forget, like 2.
The sun was up.
No, it was 2:30 or so. The good time to see a dentist. 2:30, I think.
Oh, so you ended a little earlier because I think Bernard said it went on to like 5 or something. Right?
Well, I was there till 5.
Whoa.
You were there till 5.
Yeah, I was the last guest to leave.
Oh yeah, because we were all up in the suite, and
Right.
then we all left because there was nobody else doing anything, and there was some stuff on. So I was outside with like a couple other people, waiting for taxis and everything, but I didn't see you at all, Bernard. I was like, oh, I guess everybody had left.
Yeah, no, I was still upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great time. I mean, the food was amazing. Sean commented on the food.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It just kept
really
coming.
good.
I didn't know to pace myself. I thought like this was great, and then I was like stuffed, and then more and more stuff came.
What did you think was the best dish?
Sushi.
Yeah, and then there was like fried chicken and then steak that came also, and then some
Oh.
and I just wasn't prepared for that. But
There was like
I
two.
just
Was it two different kinds of fried rice? I didn't really get to eat because I was
yeah,
like
you were
toasted.
busy.
Yeah, I wanted to eat more, but I was too busy drinking at the bar. So
Yeah, I wish I would have gotten some takeout. I mean, oh,
There was so many leftovers. They were boxing it up for people. They're like, "Do you
yeah.
guys want that?" And we were like, "Well, no, but oh, you should have got
even
some box out."
even at the bar, there was like sushi there.
Oh
They had
yeah, that was a
yeah.
good call because I
Mm.
was downing a bunch of those sushi rolls at the bar afterwards to try to soak up the alcohol in my stomach.
Yeah,
And usually in the past, like when I drink and eat sushi, it's not great because the fish doesn't absorb a lot of the alcohol. I mean, there's
right.
rice, but so uh, I guess I was able to pace myself. Let me
Yeah.
say hello to chat real quick before we get back on the wedding. Dr. Midnight's here today, first in line. Good to see Dr. Midnight. James Quo, Chang Gang, Way High is here from San Diego. We have a first-time chat from Bonds Incorporated. Bonds, have we met before? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Flowers is here. Good to see Mr. Flowers. We have some returning people. Golf Boy Sunday. Thank you, Mr. Golf Boy Sunday, for resubbing with Prime, 41 months. Wow, thank you so much. I believe there is still a free sub if you have Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. If you guys have the extra change, I'm very appreciative of it. We've been able to use it to mail stuff out to cover all the costs and some equipment. Purchase some new equipment for some people, and then also, yeah, that's pretty much it. Been a while since I caught a stream. Yeah, Golf Boy's been away, but it's all right. Everything's good, right, guys?
Yeah.
We just had
Not
New
much
York.
happened.
Jerry's wedding in New York. Technically his third wedding because the first one was in Taiwan that Fletch and I were at in November. Then they went officially married at City Hall in New York. Was it this month or last month?
Last month.
Last month, and then this wedding is for most of Jerry's friends in New York and family who couldn't make it out. The wedding in Taiwan, mostly Ivy, my cousin's family. Poop Kid's here. Poop Man. Poop Kid's here early. Alzilla71. Good to see you. Just some dude. What's up, James? How's it going? Yo, Jimbo's here, our moderator. Good to see you, Jimbo. Hope you're staying warm. Everybody on the East Coast or Midwest. Tudor makes comics. Good to see you. Space Dive. Happy New Year. Have we talked Space Dive? I think Fletch is on the toilet.
What? No.
No?
No.
Someone's moving around.
Sorry, I'm eating a tangerine. Maybe that's me.
Oh, Courtney.
I'll mute myself.
Let's mute Courtney. 5-minute punishment.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Put Courtney in the corner. How many bottles of Yamazaki did you polish off? Well, there wasn't any Yamazaki. We did have a pretty good Glen something that was an octave bottle, but there was about I'd say like 10 bottles of Oban. 14.
We went through a lot. We went through a lot of Oban. Yeah.
Yeah, there was also Oban 18, but I don't know what happened to that bottle. I was not there when they opened it. And then there was also Glenfiddich, of course, Jameson, and pretty much I think it was an entire open bar, right?
It was entire Oban. Yeah. Until we finished all the bottles of Oban they had.
Yeah. And Walter Simonson. We had comic book royalty, Walter Simonson, and Larry Hama, and Louise Simonson, and Larry's wife, Carol. They were all there.
Well, Pena was there, and it was a thrill to introduce him to Larry.
Jerome Pena, yeah, he was so shy. He didn't. Larry's like his inspiration to getting into comics as a kid, reading that silent interlude, G.I. Joe #21. And I think he met him before, but he just wasn't, he was too shy to like approach him. And so Fletch asked Fletch and I, we brought him over and said hello, and Fletch was concealing Jerome's boner. Lurky Lurker, good to see Lurky Lurker. Thank you for resubbing 28 months. Lurky Lurker's in Canada. Hey, how's the weather up there in the Pacific Northwest, Golf Boy? How cold is it? Carson 4420007. Kevin P. West, congrats on the Lions win. I was watching that on the plane, and good win. I thought the Rams had a couple chances to come back, but congratulations. First win since 1991, is it?
95.
95? Yeah, I saw a graphic on Instagram where they showed the graphics of, I saw a meme on Instagram where they showed the graphics of Madden football at the time versus the graphics of Madden now, and it's like night and day. That's how long it's how long. So Bonds Incorporated has been lurking this whole time. Carson 4420007 redeemed mod poll. What is that? What is a mod poll? I don't know. What is a mod poll? Can anybody?
When your Jimbo gets a boner?
Yeah, your Jimbo has to. So let's do. We're gonna do. We've been doing this new bit this year, where we practice sketch battle. A couple of you guys might know the story by now. We went to Fletch ran a show called Storm the Block in Abu Dhabi in December. I was an invited guest. There, we had a sketch battle where all the artists in attendance. Fletch, you want to fill it in while I look for this link?
Yeah, so there were there were a few rounds. Opening round, there was 3 minutes to draw a character. Nobody had any, you couldn't use any reference on your phone or anything, so you just got the character's name, and the artists have 3 minutes to draw that character, whatever media they want to use, whether it's pen, pencil, Sharpie, charcoal, watercolor, whatever it may be. Yeah, and it went through a few rounds. I think we start with 32 artists, and then went to 16, and then 8, 4, and 2 until the final round. So Bernard was the co-champion with Ariella Cristantina.
Yeah. So here's the. I don't know if the very high quality clips here. Oh, there's a little part of the championship round. So, Dave Finch, Brian Stelfreeze, Javi Fernandez, Belen Ortega, along with, those are, the mainstream comics guys. A few more, Paulo Patanero, and Ariella is, I guess, mainstream, right?
What's that?
Along with a lot. Ariella's kind of mainstream, right?
Yeah, she's mostly worked for Comicsology and Distillery, so she's starting to get up there. She's done work for Vertigo before, but yeah.
And the Super Ronnie guys. The Super Ronnie guys are all in it.
The Ronnie guys.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna train for next year. If I get invited back, we'll see. Fingers crossed. I gotta defend the title, right? If anything. But 2 minutes. We're gonna have somebody choose a character for us.
Wait, before you go, do you still have the winning sketch?
I still have the winning sketch.
I had to
It's yours. It's yours, Fletch, if you want it.
I had to recuse myself from voting as a judge because somebody decided to draw. Well, you'll sketch.
I want to
Where's
see
the
it.
winning sketch?
I'm gonna see it.
And I figured out we can do this on stream too, if somebody wants to jump on and sketch battle at the same time, like a sparring partner per se, right?
Courtney.
I'll get ready for next week. I'll do it
Because
for you.
this
You
Discord does have a
never.
video option.
You never.
So
Come on.
if you want to use your phone for Discord, where is this
Sean.
going? You guys will be able to jump on and we can spar, right?
Oh,
But no
cheating.
no cheating. You can't use any reference, so you got to use your memory to the best of your ability. The last few we've done, gosh, I just saw it. I just saw it.
They're calling out characters. Mickey Mouse, he worked for Disney, so.
Yeah,
Bart
that's
Simpson,
too easy.
I had Goofy as one of mine.
Scooby Doo was one of the ones that was in the real competition, right?
Yeah, Scooby Doo.
So maybe the Bart Simpson.
I want to see Bart Simpson. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
don't
you'd have
call
to
him
draw
out
full
yet
body.
because I don't want to. You don't want to give me extra. You can't have extra time to think about it because how the competition works is basically, they pull the characters out of a hat. There's I don't know how many to begin with, Fletch.
Well, we knew we had a lot of rounds, so we came up with 60 names.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, here it is. So the final category was a horse.
Was it just a horse, or is that a
it was
certain horse?
It was a horse. It doesn't,
They were just draw a horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we find that a lot of comic artists, a lot of artists in general, have a difficulty drawing horses. So we thought it'd be a good, there's two that weren't actual characters. One was a horse. The other one was draw yourself. So we found that those two were very, things that artists are challenged with.
Got it.
So you see why I had to recuse myself. But he influenced the judges.
I love it.
Well, I had a secret, I had a strategy, and I was wondering, I was gonna draw Fletch, in one of the rounds, if I had to go up against like Stelfreeze or Finch, one of the top guns. But then I was thinking, okay, I'll save it for the next round. But like if I get knocked out, I can't use my ace in the hole here, and which is ultimately in the final round. It's crowd support. What is it? Crowd judging. So people would yell or cheer, and then ultimately, I think once the artist gets knocked out, they're going to be in the audience. They're going to recognize Fletch, and they're going to cheer for that drawing. Right? Can't not cheer for Fletch. So, winner.
You had a good strategy all around, though. I think one round you worked in the some Abu Dhabi backgrounds.
Yeah, right. So locals, to appeal to the locals in the audience, and then some cutesy ones, because a lot of the cutesy artists, I don't know how you say it, like animators were winning because they're doing cutesy versions of certain characters.
You did that one in 2 minutes?
No, this one was 5. This is the last round was 5. I actually started with this. I started with this in the back, and I was like, oh. So, does anybody wanna spar today, or am I doing this solo?
Sean does.
Sean wants to spar. Sean, can you jump onto?
No, I am not.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let me find a piece of paper. There you go. Butthead. Ugh. All right. There we go. Yeah, the nail polish is still on. This thing's not coming off for a while.
It's gel, I think.
Yes,
So
although
it
it's
doesn't come
grown.
off with regular nail polish remover.
Yeah, so you can tell the nail has grown a little bit. So I think if this is like 2 weeks, I got 1, 2, 3, probably like mid-February.
If you're lucky.
Butthead, I need the light, buddy. I need the light. There we go. All right. Okay. What is the first character? Wait. Am I sparring with anybody? Dr. Midnight gift tiered Sean Chen. Thank you so much, Dr. Midnight. Damn,
Oh, cool.
Dr. Midnight has gifted 289 gift subs to this channel.
Jesus.
Oh, and he gift sub Fletch 290. Thank you so much, Dr. Midnight.
I promise not to sleep on you on the show.
Oh no, you should do that. You should do that again. That's gold. Somebody else needs to sleep.
I'm tired. I might fall asleep. I'm feeling jet lagged.
Oh yeah, so you guys all get back yesterday or
Sunday night?
James Quo wants to battle. He has a webcam set up.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
All right, so James Quo, on the Discord, if you're on the Discord, let me send a link to the Discord. I think I just saw El Capone just signed on. Okay.
I think James is on voice.
No, I mean James. James just signed on. Okay, let me. James is on video. And can I enlarge this video? Okay, all right. So Bernard is on. All right, sorry. Let me.
how about this? I'll kick it off with you guys. Bernard, tell me a number between 1 and 60.
Okay, hold on. Let me set up the the camera thing real quick. I think I got this right. Okay. All right. Gonna give me a second here while I set this up. You guys have access now to my Discord. James Quo, I think your camera is upside down. So is there a way to turn it around? I don't know if I can do it on my end. Can I do it on my end where I don't know if I can rotate it?
Nah, when you put me on, I couldn't. I know you couldn't do that, so I had to figure it out too.
All right. Preferably vertical, but horizontal is fine. We can make it work.
You can just draw and then flip it over at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, yeah, all right, we can do that. All right. Can James Quo hear us? I'll flip it in the end. Okay, flip it in the end. All right. Well, if you're using are you using a webcam or your phone? Because if you use your phone, then just like flip your phone, like, and then it'll.
Yeah.
Webcam. Okay, never mind. All right, let's do this. We got 2 minutes, and any pen you want, any character you want. Who's gonna say which character? And
give me a number. Give me a number between 1 and 60.
To time, right?
I do time.
James Quo, you want to punch in a number since you're the.
All right. Let me know when you're both ready. Although Yojimbo just gave instructions. That's okay.
Okay, wait, hold on. Step 1, drag your video to the editor. Click transform, rotate 90 degrees. Let's see.
Fletch, are you watching the news?
My mom is watching the news in the other room.
Oh.
Well, tell her to lower it down. Ma! I'm busy with my friends.
Playing with my online friends.
You know what? Just don't worry about it, James. We're just you're blurry right now.
We'll do it later. We'll do it later. It's okay.
Yeah, but now he's blurry.
Yeah. Oof. Or James, you can sit on the other side of the table. No, let's just go with this. Let's just do this right now. Let's just go.
Okay. Are you guys both ready?
I'm ready. James,
Wait,
when you're ready.
till
Okay, he's
make it
ready.
less
He's gonna
blurry.
punch. He punched in a number 48.
Okay. All right. The character's name is Totoro.
Ooh. All right.
Totoro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. What are you drawing
A
on, Brandon?
cat. I think it's a cat. Totoro.
Bernard, can you push a little? Yeah.
Totoro. It's a cat. It's a big cat.
Yeah, 1:30.
I think he had a belly. It's already a minute 30?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, I got 30 seconds left?
No.
yeah,
You
Oh,
got it.
come on. What were the eyes?
1:15.
What were the eyes? I just wore a Totoro shirt the other day. Oh no. James Cole is so far ahead. This looks
He
more
does
like
know.
Chet from Weird Science.
1 minute. Oh, he looks like a Furby.
What was his mouth like? I think it was in here. Was it in the
45
white
seconds.
part of his belly? And then
Oh my god.
I might have lost this already. Might be
30
James Cole with the
seconds.
early knockout. And did he have? No, he didn't have whiskers. But I'm using a Sharpie, so it already. I can't really take it out. He has a nose. I gotta throw a nose in there. I gotta maybe
15.
Did he have? Did
10,
he have?
9, 8,
No. Okay,
7,
let's
6,
clear it out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
Pencils down.
Well,
Well, I win because James Quo's. I can't see his drawings, so just
disqualified.
You got
disqualified, right? Hey, come on, we got to vote right now. We got to vote right now. Chat vote right now. We got 5, 4,
there, I didn't see
3,
it.
2, 1.
Wow,
my
he
God.
drew the whole scenario.
Oh,
You're spinning on the top.
that's
And the
right,
cat
yeah,
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's so cute.
that is Totoro, and he got the tiger.
Man. Dude,
Cat
you
bust.
did that in 2 minutes? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
and he got like gray tones in there.
How do you draw that?
Man.
I got.
He has May and
Okay,
other.
let's compare. Ultimate moment of truth, right? I was singing too much. I was getting too into it. During the thing, there's no singing, right? So
There was no background music.
yeah, there was background music. Okay.
Oh, man.
We had a great DJ there, DJ Trina. Fantastic set throughout the whole weekend.
Wow, look at that.
Ooh.
He's pretty much got it. Mine looks like Chet from Weird Science. You know Chet from Weird Science? Do you guys have? Is that too much of a?
This guy, James got
His Bernard, yours looks like a Furby.
Furby? This is mine. Mine was looking like Chet from Weird Science.
Was he brushing his teeth? What did he? Or was he brushing?
He's taking a bath because he
Well,
has like a
Oh my
scrubber.
god.
Bernard, you just took a bath in that one.
I took a bath in that one. I would have been knocked out first round.
James Cole even got like the ears right because it has like
Yeah,
those
and we got the
little,
body thing.
the
The
little
body.
puffs on the
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the little. Oh, well, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Well,
Any doubt? James
wait,
is the winner.
hold on. He's wrong with the arrows on his chest don't extend down to his belly. It's only on his chest. That's a deduction.
Disqualified.
That's like if you answer the
But
question.
you don't even
get
have
marked.
arrows on yours.
Well, it's better enough to. All right, okay. Let's go again. Best out of 3, James Crow.
Oh man.
Round 2.
Why was he in the bathtub?
Oh, because he's taking a shower. It's Totoro. It's a dirty cat. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get
All right.
Okay. Who wants to give another? Let's give chat. Chat pick a number between 1 and 60.
161.
1 and 61. Chat pick a number between 1 and 61. If you guys are curious, this other side is Crime Chart in Los Angeles. All right.
Oh god.
First,
like
Dr. Midnight
nightmare.
said 52. New 52.
All right, you ready?
New 52. Let me switch pens. That Sharpie threw me off. But I need to practice with the Sharpie. But all right, let's go.
You're gonna love this one.
It was a Sharpie.
Horse?
No, you ready? Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, ready, go.
James Coyle, you ready?
Is it Batman Beyond?
52.
He looks ready.
All right, ready? Here we go. Peppa Pig.
Oh no.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Wait.
I don't know. I mean,
Wait, you gotta tell the clock. When's the clock gonna start?
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, if you want to. You better win this, Bernard, since you already did it. Oh man, James Cole is already doing a pretty good job. 145. Man,
Yeah, I see
he's coloring it.
James doing multimedia, compared to
130.
Man, he's ready. What? He's coloring it?
He's coloring it. 125.
Don't let him influence you, man.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Oh, 115.
Does Peppa Pig have a nose? I mean, does he have nostrils, or is it just a whistle?
Man,
It's kind of like a whistle.
think already. Less than a minute. You might be done already.
This was the
Oh
first
my
one.
god, how is he so fast? 1 minute.
Hey, is he on? No cocaine or coffee before we do this, right? Because
He was prepared. This is crazy.
I don't even know Peppa Pig's.
140, or sorry, 45.
James Cole is. You better not invite James. If you
He's
invite James
done.
Cole to storm the block,
He already has his pencils down. He's ready to go.
He's
Oh, yeah?
literally, he's making a comic book right now of Peppa Pig.
Yeah,
That's how, like, 30 seconds.
He's penciling, coloring, lettering. He's framing.
Oh my
just
god.
when in
20
doubt, draw
seconds.
Fletch in it to win.
Oh, there you go. 15. Oh man. 10, 9,
Oh my god.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. Wow.
All right.
all right. Even what?
Bernard got the head.
I got the head, but then I don't know the body, so I just made a roasted. What do
Daddy,
they
you
call
are
it?
too fat.
What's that? The oldest restaurant in Spain makes roasted baby pigs.
Is that the official logo, James Cole? Peppa Pig. I don't know Peppa Pig.
Oh, he might have spelled it wrong. I think he might have spelled it wrong. Oh, that's a deduction. That's a deduction.
Oh man. Oh,
Wow.
you know, I
That was
like
pretty
both.
fast too.
You know, you added Fletch, and I'm starting to side with Fletch, so it works.
Look,
It does
Fletch
work.
is about to eat Peppa Pig. 'Cause-
From the back.
Why am I about to do butt? Pork butt.
well, it's poor composition, Fletch. Just I had extra space on this side. I mean, I would have clearly put you over here. Would have made more sense. But the butt cheeks, that's the buttocks, juicy.
Why does Peppa Pig have such luscious
Peppa Pig.
lips on yours?
Wait, does Peppa Pig have? I was trying to draw an apple in his mouth.
Take a look. Look up Peppa Pig.
Yeah,
all
we
right,
never
let's
looked at him.
Let's look at Peppa Pig. Yeah.
It's like the third stream where you drew him, but then you never really looked at him.
Yeah.
You are too
Peppa
fat.
Pig. Oh, there is a nose. Oh, that's what I was going for. The realist. Where is it?
And look how it looks just like James Quo's drawing.
I think was Bernard just waiting for James Quo to like.
James
like, oh,
Quo
yeah,
is
looking over.
dragging.
Looking over.
He's smoking me.
Yeah,
I think we need to delete this stream.
yeah, it's embarrassing.
I'm not even getting any close. He's coloring. I mean,
Color, lettering, ballooning.
there's like a whole story. All right, okay. And here I am when I met James. I'm like, look, James, you gotta draw faster.
He was done with this within a minute.
Just like flexing, crack. Okay. Somebody did that. Stuffreeze was drawing Scooby Doo, and he got up and he started dancing. It's very intimidating. All right. Okay. Fuck Peppa Pig. I'm gonna get Peppa Pig right one of these days.
Oh man.
All right. Should we just do one more for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
All right, let me go up against someone that can't draw. Fletch. I need to build my ego back up.
Oh man.
James Quo, you want to do another one?
I think he can, just because it's just such a cakewalk for him.
All right, I mean, he's not even building up a sweat.
Yeah.
No. You might get a character that's out of his wheelhouse, and then it's on.
Well, you know what's happening is I'm looking at the screen, and because of how James Quo has his camera set up, and it's like blocking my screen. Like right here, it's an uneven. If he had done a vertical, I would have had more space. Because now I'm finding myself. Anyways.
I hear. You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing a lot.
Where's my tiny violin?
All right, let's do this. One more. I got to redeem myself. Come on.
Lurky gave the number 4, so I'm ready when you guys are.
Lurky Lurk said number 4.
All
Is
right.
this a 2 minute? We're still in the early. I mean, I got to get past the early rounds. I can't even get past the first round. Okay. Let me try this China oil. Okay.
Oh.
All right, ready?
All right.
You ready?
Let's go. The character is Superman.
Ooh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. You know what though? A lot of James Quo's drawings are of so many different characters, though. Right? Draws a lot of different things.
I like to see Bernard draw me as Superman.
I was going to. Notice
it turns out badly.
The face, man.
You're gonna be riding Superman if it turns out badly.
Oh my God, yeah, exactly. He's gonna be Superman's gonna be carrying you like a princess. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, here comes the glasses.
Hey, Jordan Clark Kent the Superman? I don't get it.
Sorry, you're almost at a minute.
Almost at a minute.
Sorry. I was watching and laughing.
Come on,
Minute
And
time out.
now.
James Poe is drawing the feet now.
Oh my God.
What?
How is it so fast? Oh man. 50 seconds.
I
50
think
seconds
Bernard
left or 50 seconds? I'm getting pretty good at drawing.
45.
James is taking him to school.
Oh my God. He's doing the
Background.
backgrounds.
No
Oh,
color.
man. I am such a slow artist. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
25 seconds.
Oh,
No, he colored it. He colored it already. Bernard.
what?
15
Holy
seconds.
shit. Can we
10
mute?
seconds.
Can we?
9,
Is there?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. Oh, he got the blue and red. Oh my God.
Yeah, but James, how do we know that's Superman? I don't see a symbol.
Yeah, I don't see a symbol. That's just a guy in a blue.
Oh.
Oh, come on, look. This
Oh.
is how's that Superman? That could be anybody. That could be an advertisement for something. I don't know. And look at this.
And it
Got
is.
the S. I got Fletch. I got the Oban, and I got the mom in the background. The mom tattoo on.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
This one's also hard.
Where is this color pencils? I don't see it.
that was
Oh man.
I,
That's James Go, that is so good.
I'm 0 for 3. All right, we gotta do a bracket. We should do like a little bracket.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
Is
then
Kevin P. West on? Because he'd also be good. He can draw. I don't know how fast.
actually, like next week, we can bring in if we can do like 2 other contestants if we want. I know the Storm the Block is only 1-on-1, but we can have like 3. You know, so like it'll be like James Cole will keep winning, and then whoever he goes up against, Vorendor. Yeah, Vorendor.
Oh
So
yeah.
what's up? Oh,
Man.
I'm getting. I think I'm gonna delete this stream later. But let's talk shit about somebody again, and then we'll just really justify. Wow. Let me see. Can you pull back a little bit, James Cole? Let me see your setup.
Oh yeah. Who's interested?
Let me see
I'll
your
come on
desk.
next week.
Okay,
Then you can beat me, and then you can feel a lot better about yourself.
Oh, see
Yeah.
the computer right there? See?
Ooh. Ooh. Oh.
That's a
Oh
nice studio.
man. That's such a nice
Oh.
studio.
Look, all his pens are organized.
That library.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice setup.
Are you Virgo? I feel like Virgos organize their stuff like that. That's why I do.
Oh, he's got the Gotcha Man print in the background. Thank you. Look at those. Look at that. Look. I'm afraid to pull back.
No, you should. You should show everybody,
It's a
Bernard.
mess. It's a mess.
No,
Oh, he's got every single
never-
drawing tool.
you never called it a mess.
Oh, and a wooden chair.
Ah, wooden chair sounds uncomfortable.
Oh, the wooden chair. I don't know about that. Though.
How do you do that?
Is that a space heater, the yellow thing, or is that what is that? It looks like
His
a
robot assistant.
Yeah.
Space heater. Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, space heater. Yeah, oh, look at that. That's a pretty fancy space heater. And ink. So what
better
was he
setup than I
using? I wasn't seeing what he was using to draw. Was he using a pen or like a marker pen or
It was
Ooh,
like colored pencils, I believe, and
okay.
Oh,
So that's like
Japanese.
a
uh,
Japanese like a brush pen. Yeah,
ah,
the Sharpie is not the greatest.
Saison pen. Saison
Oh,
pen.
He's got his Prismacolor marker, and then a couple ready. He pulls it out.
Oh. Hmm.
James Cole, obviously. Uh, uh I've been sitting on my laurels for too long. They're a contestant.
Mm.
You know, James Cole is ready to go. And the
First
two lights,
contestant up.
okay. But what's this table that you're sitting on? Is it another smaller table or um like a bench?
Different media for different stations for different media.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, awesome. Well, thanks for opening up your studio for us.
Mm.
Uh oh, it says computer digital art table. Okay, Kiritake brush pen. Yeah. Oh, those brush pens. Ariella had a brush pen. My
Mhm.
Fletch, not really,
I
really.
mean, that's a secret.
You know, because you get a lot of coverage and it looks much better, like a more finished. But the Sharpie is just so unforgiving.
Yeah, gotta be
Um,
Sharpie.
Too thick.
all right, let me make a trip to Blick Art this week. Let me see if I can. Uh, thanks for jumping on, James. Okay.
That was
Wow.
fascinating.
He he ran circles around me.
We did.
Oh, snap! I cannot believe.
The only way to
And
get better.
this doesn't even look like Fletch. I mean the
It
hair.
does.
Your hair is not even. But
Uh,
I think the Peppa Pig. Um, and then Totoro. You know, Peppa Pig was Narush, was it? And versus Javi Fernandez.
yeah, that one
Did you
took Javi out.
did you guys purposely pair up like
No,
animator,
it
indie
was
guy, and a
completely
comics guy?
completely random.
Yeah, because Javi didn't even know Peppa Pig, and he ended up drawing Marilyn Monroe with the
Yeah,
pig face.
that's the point. You know, you either know it or you don't know it. And if you don't know
Yeah.
it, you get some really interesting designs.
Oh, next time, don't worry about it, Lurk Alert. Next time, I'm gonna. All of a sudden, James is gonna have some technical difficulties. His screen is gonna go blank.
Sore loser.
There's rules. There's rules, right? So,
Only you can
um,
win. That's the rule.
exactly. Whose stream is this?
Exactly. I'm not
No, but no.
disagreeing.
Look, James Core. That's amazing. I think shit. That look when they started busting out colors, I started like sweating a little bit. Like, ding. Where's that little thing that I had?
Did
Little
you
sweat
get
button.
updates like that when you were other than time? Because you were you able to see what they were drawing too?
No,
Because
because
that could be
the person would be
distracting.
sitting parallel to me, right? So like two tables up front, and then there's a big screen behind me.
But you're not gonna look back.
So that yeah, but you know you can't really turn around because it's like you got 2 minutes, and
Mm.
you can just hear people cheering because they can see what's being drawn, but you don't know if they're cheering for you or if they're cheering for the other person. Um, so,
Got it. Mm.
what heck?
Um,
What heck is
Bernard, you know the thumbnail to your stream for the past, I think, 4 episodes
Yeah.
really has like the same drawing on every single one, which is that
Oh,
Killer Croc.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I should change it, right?
Well, I
probably.
mean, just move on from that drawing or finish it.
It's almost done. I mean, maybe I should just finish it today, right? It's almost done. Where
Oh
is it?
no, Poop Kid came for the Chung Li.
Coop Kid came for the Chung Li. This is almost done. I just gotta finish the piping here. But I got a couple other commissions I gotta wrap up too. But I got deadlines this week, so um, it's tough. I don't know.
Mm.
Should I start another drawing or should I try to finish the Chun-Li?
Finish it.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it's almost done.
It's almost done. All right,
It's looking
let me
really
move.
good. It looks really
Butthead.
good.
Hey, Butthead, buddy, come here. Okay, thank you. Come on, buddy.
Wait, are you even this way? Because I want it.
Is this better?
It looks real vintagey without the when the light is off.
Well,
Right now?
It's, you can pick blue or brown.
you look like you're in a cooler. Like-
Throwing in the refrigerator, and you're a corpse because your nails turned green.
Oh, because Butthead's sitting on this other lamp, and then come over here. Come over here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Be a good boy. Why don't you come on? Why don't you come on Daddy's shoulder? All right. Okay. Anything else from the wedding, guys?
It was a blur.
It was great. I was impressed with, like, your cousin Ivy's. I think she's moving here to the States, to this
Yeah.
She
area,
has moved.
and so she left all of her friends over there. But it just seems like when she came here, because she's hooking up with Jerry, she has like an instant group of
Mhm.
family and friends, and it's almost like she just picked up like 50 close friends, all in like one move, and
Yeah.
she seems to really get along with all of them. So that's great.
I think she's a great personality. She's actually learned English.
Ooh.
So her English is pretty good now over the last couple years. And then Jerry's Mandarin is. Oh, Jerry's man. Look at this. He gave me a nice little present. Nice little warm
Oh.
ringing nugget. Thank you, buddy. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, for asking.
It's warm. Nice. Look at this. Nice and lumpy. Good formation. Not very runny. There's a little white on it, so that's the urine. Yeah, not bad.
Oh, that's the pee part? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't pee; they pee in their poop.
Oh.
yeah. And it's like
Uh,
smooth texture. Oh, it's a good color.
How's
A
it
little
taste?
peaty.
Ivy, I was able to meet her in person for the first time, and she's just an absolute doll. She was just, oh god, you just want to like eat her up. She's just so adorable. And she was so happy.
It's great. Yeah, they're
So
both thrilled. So that was good.
Yeah.
Good to see them together. Very happy couple.
third wedding.
Well, to each other. I mean, you say
Yeah,
this is
yeah. When you
Jerry's
say
third
that,
wedding.
it sounds.
Well,
Bernard did a great speech, though. You had a
Yeah.
thank you.
great, like, I don't know what you call it, but that was great. And then also, you stood right in front of me, so I apologize because I'm gonna be behind you in every video and picture.
Oh, that was a last minute call. Brian Yang and myself were the groomsmen and unofficial groomsmen.
That was
And
last
then,
minute? That whole thing?
well, no, we did the same speech in Taiwan, but in
Ah.
Chinese. And then, so you're moving closer.
By the way, what was supposed to happen? You were waiting for some video or music to play.
Yeah, there was gonna be singing.
Yeah, there was going to be.
Singing?
So what were you gonna sing? You never told anyone.
Did we sing in Taiwan?
No, but you
What
had
did he say?
We
Brian
had
had
songs. Yeah.
Hall and Oates sing.
Originally, I was going to sing "Hello" by Lionel Richie
Yeah.
Oh.
because that was like mimicking their, their long distance relationship. I mean, if you guys have been watching the stream, you'll know that, Jerry every night when he's on here, he has to get off at a certain time because that's his girlfriend calling, or now wife. So he can't stay on for the entire stream because usually by now he's off because she's calling. This would be about 8 Right now it's 7:50 my time, so was it 10:50 your time over there? So it's 11:50 Taiwan time, Taipei time. Um, so they basically been communicating with each other since throughout the pandemic. And then how am I gonna do her mouth? Shit.
He's just yapping away, and then you choose to draw like the most important part.
Yeah.
And just like do her thigh, and when you're talking and thinking, and then
No,
and
you
then
gotta
just be
do the
very
face
quiet.
first. Because if the face is messed up, then why even do the other thing? You're gonna waste all your time on it,
Yeah,
right?
that's the Adam Hughes theory.
You're gonna waste. The body should be like.
Right.
Kind
But
of.
there's another theory though. It says like a lot of times if you're very afraid to ink, you can kind of psych yourself out. So pick something that's very like in the background and just start, and then you'll warm up and you'll get used to. You'll be like really nice and warm, and then dive into the face like somewhere around the middle.
Yeah. Well, I should pull up reference for Chung Li, but at least while I'm drawing this. So we're gonna sing either "Hello" or what was the other Lionel Richie Diana Ross song?
Well, why Lionel Richie is
Endless Love.
Endless Love, right?
Endless
My
love.
there's
love,
only you in my life.
my
My
only
first
thing
love.
that's right, my first love, your every wish that I or something.
Yeah, you should sing that. You know, like in those videos when they sing those, they get the microphone, and sometimes there's just one microphone, and they sing like 1 inch apart from the person's face. So
I
you
thought
and
that would be
Fletch, awesome.
Oh, Fletch, you should have jumped in, Fletch.
There was one guy though that really rocked out to I think Bon Jovi though.
Oh yeah,
I
who was
heard
that
that.
guy? Who was that guy?
I have no idea, but I was like, what's on over there? That's what I
He
had.
ripped. He ripped his shirt at some point. He
What?
took off his dress shirt and he had a tank top underneath, and he ripped it. And he did
Yeah,
the like sliding, knee dance right to sliding, knee thing right to Ivy. He was like completely gone.
I guess I was a signature move though. I think he did the same thing at Jim's wedding. Jim.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay. I guess. Uh, because yeah, he was getting egged on by the crowd. I think, or he was feeling it from the crowd. However, which way you want to position that news, and because they're saying, "Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer," and he's going crazy, and then. Wow. I don't know, walked in on that. So Dr. Midnight said one day when you're not busy, if you can send a link, PDF. Oh, yeah, send me. Yeah, sure. Give me a critique right or wrong. Yep, no problem. You have my email, Dr. Midnight? It's just Bernard at bernardchang.com.
I didn't even know there was dancing going on. I was in the table next to the bar, so everybody would come by. So I just didn't really head to the other room often.
There was just that one guy dancing.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
never
was just.
mind.
It wasn't like it was just. It's a pretty standard Chinese wedding. There's no dancing.
I didn't think
It was just that
so.
one guy that did it.
Well,
You go to. Huh?
all the Chinese wedding I've been to, they've had dancing. Like they
Really?
cleared. Yeah. Well, the ones in Brooklyn or Toronto or Vancouver.
Oh, well, those are probably more
Not the Taiwanese wedding I went
Western.
to.
Yeah, probably more
There's none.
westernized.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a dance floor, and like even well in Taiwan there was at least a little dancing, but
Yeah.
and then so in Taiwan we played a Taiwanese song. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
You guys want to hear it? Let me see if I
Oh,
can.
we want you to sing it.
I don't remember it. Let me.
How convenient.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of things I forgot to say in this one because I was going off book. meaning like I didn't have my phone out with the script.
Mm.
So there were some things that I caught because I was trying to shoot from the hip. And so there was some things that I should have started off with 有缘千有缘千里来相见，千里来相见。Oh, 相见. Okay, so 有缘千里来相见. So it's a Chinese proverb
heard
or
my name.
Chinese saying.
Me too.
Sean
comment.
Chan? Yeah.
So 有缘 yuan is like a Chinese term for. There's no exact translation in English. Closest one is like destiny or fate. But it's used to describe relationships, mostly with people, like love relationships. But it can also be used to describe business or just friends in passing. 有缘, 千里is like 1,000 miles. 来相见. So even 1,000 miles can't keep you guys apart, can't keep you apart. So if you have
Oh.
yuan, like if you're meant to be,
What is that, Bono?
yeah, 1,000 miles can't keep you away. So something like that,
Yo Yen, Chun Li.
Chong Li,
Sean
Chen.
Chen.
Sean Chen.
And then, so my portion of the speech was, talking about how Jerry and Ivy met. They met in 2019 when Jerry and I went back to Taiwan. Fletch, were you there?
No, I wasn't
You were
there.
there. Not the first one. You were there the second time.
Yeah.
So the first time, it was just Jerry and myself. We went back. There was a CWT comic book convention, which is Comic World Taipei, Taiwan. It's like a local convention. And my uncle, my big uncle, we call it Dajo, which is the eldest uncle on my mother's side, had a family dinner. So there were like 2 tables at this restaurant called Ming Fu, which is a Michelin star restaurant. But it's also like if you were to just go, it's not very fancy. There are a lot of Michelin star restaurants in Taiwan, but Ming Fu is like super famous. But it's also because it's old school Taiwanese family style. There's only like maybe like 5 or 6 tables in the whole restaurant, and the restaurant really is almost like a hole in the wall. So it's not like you think Michelin star. It's super fancy, bougie, but quite the opposite. And the main course of the night was a dish called Buddha over the fence or Buddha over the wall, and it's a pot like about size of a football, a little bit bigger than a football or a football helmet. No, football. $500 for that one bowl, and there's like seafood, chicken, abalone, and chicken testicles. So, but it's it's stewed for like I think 48 hours or so. That's why it costs so much because there's so much love and attention paid to that one dish.
You there?
Oh yeah. I'm just reading the chat.
Oh, you're supposed to do a Bonuary this week too.
Oh, it's Bonuary.
What's Bonuary?
Bonuary.
Bonuary.
Todd McFarlane's contest.
The Spawn thing.
Oh, Bonuary, right. I'm hoping that if I can finish this Chung Li, I'm going to enter this in the Sponuary contest. Sean, you entered. You put an entry out there, right?
Yeah, not a serious one though.
That looked
So you
serious.
hashtag
You're lying.
Sponuary.
Yeah, I can see it on that hashtag, so it's in there. But I mean, I didn't follow any of the rules though. I just wanted to put it up there and then put that music on it that says that I don't do drawings for exposure.
I wanna. I wonder. We need to pump up that so that it gets into the top.
Yeah.
No, you can't win because I didn't put it on the right paper and I didn't follow I didn't follow any of those rules.
No, it doesn't matter. I think it's just whether you win or not. It's going to be like the number one, like the first thing that pops up if you hit the Spodulary hashtag.
You know which one's even higher is the one that says "F you pay me" on it. In big letters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's really high?
I think so. I still see it up there.
Let me see.
And I find out that you don't get paid for that. I thought the winner would at least get paid like a cover rate, but it didn't say anything about that.
No one's getting paid?
What?
No one's getting paid off because Todd doesn't have that much money, so
What
You should at least pay the winning.
I thought he would, but
because it's only
just
4. I mean, it's only 4 covers, right? I mean, by the way, your buddy is getting. There's another controversy on the other side of the aisle this week. Very interesting.
What?
On the other side of the comic spectrum, there's a whole infighting. Now, this is actually really super nice. No, wait, you drew Spawn's foot like super big.
Yes. I drew a sock on it. He's wearing a sock.
Yeah. So is that supposed to be like that, or is it like a stump, or you just did that to like F with the people?
I did this drawing like 2.5 years ago.
Was it for Battle of the Sketches?
It was, yeah.
Okay. What's the likes right now? 1,003. Let's get that up. If everybody's watching this, you gotta have liked it. I already did my like.
I'm pretty sure I already did.
Everybody gotta like it, and then not just like it, but oops. Okay. Here's the other thing. Hit this. The ribbon thing, so you save it, and then maybe forward it to somebody, so that it shows activity. Right?
The thing is, it's not going to win, but if it does, I would have to decline it because I'm not going to take the spot of someone who really, really worked hard and needed exposure. I didn't follow any of the rules. I didn't do this drawing for the contest. I did it years ago. So.
Okay, so Sean. So here are the top. Here are the top Spodulary so far. I just clicked it and I don't see it in the top 9. So
doesn't matter. I mean, isn't Todd picking it? So it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
That one, it's been up there. Like this, it seems to be the same one that's hover on top.
Which one? This one? The where it's colored with the sword.
Yeah, the colored one. Yeah.
Yeah, VK. VK Marion. He's a pretty cool guy. He went to Pratt. Where's yours, Sean? It should be up here. It should be up top. I don't see it yet.
Yeah, I think it might have dropped off.
I don't see it yet.
Where's the "F you pay me" one? I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and VK Marion only has 759 likes. Nothing against that one, but so Sean should be. This one's only 1,160. So I don't know if it's
How's it working?
How is this? Yeah, how is it working? These are Sean's has. This one is 2,000. This one here, this hyper stylized Spawn by Lee Chiola.
Yeah, that one's gonna win.
But that's 2,000. Yeah, the rest of these. All right, let me do the other. What's the other? Sorry for the zoom in and out, guys. My mouse is. Let's do the other hashtag Spodulary Challenge. Okay, Spodulary Challenger number 2. Okay.
What? I'm number 2? Holy crap! I did not.
Number 1 is this. I guess it's a video. Somebody did a video process video.
Okay, so you can get rid of that one.
This looks like it's James Quill. With the And yeah, you're so far pretty high up it. Now, here's an interesting thing. If we're talking about rules of the game, right? There's only 301 posts of hashtag Spawnuary challenge,
That doesn't seem
right?
like that much.
But if we did Spawnuary, there's 7,207.
Mm.
So some of these contestants are not following the rules.
Uh-oh. Disqualification.
So, right? Does that mean that somebody's going to be sad based off of a technicality?
Yeah, that's
And
my
in
point.
which case, Sean, you might have a shot.
Mhm.
There's only technically 300 and right. Look, this. Let's see this guy. Okay,
Your dreams could come true, Sean.
all right, let me click on it. I'm clicking on the OBS. Stupid me. Okay, all right. This guy, John Amore. Oh, that's our buddy John Amore. John Amore. He comes out here sometimes.
Yeah,
Did a gunslinger. Yeah.
Wow.
he's got both of the hashtags.
So he's got both of them. Okay. All right. John is not an idiot. VK Marion. Okay. Oh, see, VK got the wrong hashtag.
Oh
He put
no.
Spawn Challenge. He didn't put Spawnuary Challenge.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Just follow
no.
directions, people. This is
Somebody
ridiculous.
wanna DM VK. Oh, well, he doesn't have it out. So John Amore only has Spawn Challenge and not Spawnuary Challenge.
I think you're gonna win.
People.
Sean.
You know,
Let's
we're
look
dealing
at
with artists here. That's the problem.
That's the thing, right? So you can win off of. Oh no, they're right. Sean, you're wrong.
Oh, okay. So that's right.
Spawnuary and Spawn Challenge. So Sean, you're the idiot.
No wonder there's only 300 people there.
Yeah, there's only 300.
Actually, you know, the thing is, I didn't put Spawnuary Challenge. I just put I put the first one, and then you put the Spawnuary Challenge on there in the comments.
Oh, I did. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the original idiot. Did I write that? I think I did. Yeah, you didn't have that in there, and then I put it in there, and then I'm the. Hey, it's the blind leading the blind.
Oh my god.
Let me click. What about the Spawnuary? Okay, Spawnuary, but I want to do Spawn Challenge.
Yeah, I
Why is
shouldn't
it
even
not?
be in that one.
So there's 301 dummies. Why isn't this going over to Spawn Challenge? Okay, Spawn Challenge. Okay, well, Spawn Challenge has 6,542 entries. Yeah, Sean, you better go in and edit that. Edit your post.
Fix it, Sean. We need a win for our team over here. We're losing pretty badly
Yeah.
today.
So there's still like 1,000 people out there that are like got the wrong Spawnuary. Do we want to go and tell all those people that did Spawnuary Challenge to get it right?
That's kind of sad. They work probably really hard, and then they.
Yeah,
You know.
you're gonna get eliminated based off of a technicality.
Yeah. But we're artists.
I put Spawnuary Challenge. Sorry, Sean. Go change it. Come on, go change it.
Nerd Challenge, Spawnuary Challenge.
That's a new one. We're starting a new movement. You better change it, Sean. Change it back to Spawn Challenge.
I think I'll leave it.
You're giving yourself an out, so that you can make a complaint that because you didn't win because we had the wrong hashtag.
Oh.
Yeah, all these guys. This guy. Let's see this guy. Spawn Challenge. Yeah. They were right. Well, now what if they had the extra hashtags? Um, so this guy that did the whole painted thing, he's out.
Man.
This guy that did the whole, the painting of the video, he's eliminated. Who are these other guys? There's some good ones here.
You don't know how strict they're going to be in that.
That's true.
Well, he's not paying, so I guess.
Yeah.
This one, yeah, this guy doesn't have. This guy does Spawnuary challenge. You got to follow the rules, man. That's the whole thing. Is got to follow the rules. I didn't read the rules.
It's a huge painting.
It just makes sense to be Spawnuary challenge, but oh, here's this guy, Fable Reptilian. Spawnuary challenge.
He says if you can't read, you shouldn't win.
Yeah, and this guy doesn't even have Spawnuary. This guy just has Spawnuary challenge, but no Spawnuary. Oh no, there it is. It's in the text. All right, well, come on, Sean, deal with it. 88. This guy doesn't even have Spawnuary.
Bernard, you gotta finish your Chun-Li.
David Sampson. Come on, David. You don't even have Spawnuary.
What if I put up something that's totally unrelated, like a,
No,
I'll
that's
draw
what I'm
like
gonna do. Once I finish the Chun-Li, I'm gonna tag it
Okay.
Spawnuary challenge.
I'm gonna put up
Spawnuary.
Tippi Hedren because it's her birthday and I think in a couple of days, so I'll do a drawing of Tippi Hedren and I put Spawnuary and Spawn challenge on it.
I am encouraging everybody to hashtag any post you put up this month. Well, I put up the Pratt.
Take a picture of your lunch and.
Yeah, I should. You know what? Okay.
Guess what?
Let's do it.
Post the pictures from the wedding. Spawnuary, Spawn
I'm
challenge.
I'm making a post for Jerry's wedding. I'm definitely gonna put Spawnuary challenge on that one. Let me go in and
pictures.
let me edit this one.
Sean, remember those pictures that we took at the booth? I didn't even get those pictures.
Oh, where did they go?
I didn't, because they were like, "You guys got to go in now," and then nobody grabbed them.
So what happens to them?
I
Aren't
don't
they
know.
in the memory book or something?
Hopefully, I want them. And then I didn't take any pictures. All of us didn't even take any pictures together.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, yeah, you look great. I think, were you trying to upstage the bride or something?
Hell no. Yeah. Don't even say that. That was...
Thanks, Sean. You look great too.
Yeah, you were like, I don't even own a suit, and you show up in a suit.
Oh, so. I own a suit, but I think I found out 1 hour before the wedding. Bernard told me that you can take the jacket off of the suit and wear it with something else. I'm like, oh, you can do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernard looked really good. He had all the colors. He looked like he was in charge. When you look around, you're like, Bernard's the man.
Yeah, we've been to these like Hollywood after party things, and the way you would dress, people would think you were in the movie. Like they kept on like taking pictures of you and asking you what part you played.
I mean, I didn't even have a T-shirt. I had a Spanx shirt on underneath. I wasn't taking that jacket off.
Oh, that's the thing. In the hotel room, you were like really wrestling on a shirt. Like
yeah, that's the Spanx, man.
Okay.
It's super tight. Keeps all the, congeals all the fat together. So
right.
All the jiggly parts.
Right.
Wait, you really
compresses.
You wore a shirt under that?
I have a Spanx. I had a Spanx shirt. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it took half an hour to get into it. It seems like in the hotel room.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like it basically. It's super tight.
Anaconda or something.
Yeah, it's super tight, and then it constricts. I can't really bend down or anything with it. Also,
that's why you're standing really, really uptight.
Yeah. Also, I wasn't trying to like sit down because of all the drinking. Like, I gotta have something like that I can say from all these years of experience drinking, I have to learn my lesson, right? So the lesson is, if you're drinking a lot, don't don't sit up and stand down. Or no, don't stand up and sit down,
That's
and then
true.
stand up and then sit down. If you're drinking like at a bar, um, and you're standing up, usually you're at a bar and you're standing up, stand up, don't sit down. And if you've been drinking and you've been sitting down, don't stand up and then sit back down and stand up and sit back. You just want to
Well,
stay constant, right?
yeah, maybe just don't drink.
Well, that too.
I did that at the wedding, and even though I didn't drink that much, I'm still a lightweight, and I was a little buzzed.
And
You know
then
what?
afterwards,
too.
what? Huh?
Hmm?
I said, you know what? Me too.
Mhm.
You were a little buzzed with me.
A little bit, a little bit.
Fletch was gone.
I wasn't gone. I was still functioning. I was trying to, be social.
Who was the most plastered at the party?
That
David.
writer you were talking about.
There was
The writer. There was a writer,
One-
comic book writer.
there was one girl who a friend of mine, but she had to leave early because she was passing out drunk. So we got
Oh,
her.
really?
Ooh.
We got her attacked. Yeah, the friends
Did-
got her car, got her home.
Did anybody grow up?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Because everybody there was, somewhat older, right? So
Mm.
it wasn't like it was a college frat party where you had people throwing up on the doorsteps. Although, wait, somebody did throw up in a sushi bar.
Did they?
What? No.
Oh, that's
I
disgusting.
heard afterwards, Jerry and I went down to the bar after everybody left,
Yeah.
and just to say thank you to the, to the manager and the bartender and the staff. And somebody threw up at the sushi bar.
Ooh.
No.
There was an amateur amongst us.
Oh my God.
That's.
Because that's where the sushi bar was, where you were initially sitting, right, Courtney?
Well, they said everybody from who had seats outside would sit
Yeah,
at the sushi bar, just for the, you
for
know.
that, right? For
But
that.
I don't think anybody was actually really supposed to sit there, I guess.
Oh, I think eventually there were people sitting there, and
Yeah,
some people
probably.
showed up late. And
Mhm.
so basically, they closed down the entire Blue Ribbon restaurant.
There's a Kaya.
Oh.
Izakaya?
Yeah, there's a Kaya one.
And then, so they had like two rooms, the bar and the main Izakaya place. And it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then they had the room upstairs is a 2-level penthouse, so pretty
Great.
sweet.
Great view. Really good pics. Really good views.
Do you have any other pictures from the thing that you took? I didn't take any pictures. So
Oh, the suite? No, I wish I took more, but I was slightly inebriated.
Well, I wasn't drunk, but I really didn't take many. I got a few from Michael, but Bernard, I actually have some video of you from when you did your
Oh, really?
speech. So yeah, I'll
Oh,
send it over. And it's like I'm behind you so you can see the crowd and everything. So
nice.
I'll send those over. I don't really have anything, but yeah, I'll send those over to you. One's like a minute
Okay.
and a half long or something. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah, I think you were thrown off because what's his name? Ah, fuck,
Brian?
Brian. Brian was taking a little longer, and then you gave him like the watch clock. You're like, come on, speed up, bro.
Yeah, he was, because, in Taiwan, we went like too long. I think we did like 30 minutes.
You guys
Mm.
a long time in Taiwan.
And then we had some technical difficulties, but also because we were translating it into Chinese. So, yeah. And then Sean,
Irish goodbye.
Sean's leaving?
I don't know.
No, he had an Irish goodbye. He didn't say bye to everybody.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
he
think
just
I started to say body people, but I don't think people heard me. I think you were just kind of like so far gone. But I had to get home. This was not feeling good.
Oh
yeah.
no.
What was wrong? You said you got home, but then you felt okay when you got home.
Yeah, and then I slept for like 13 hours after that.
Oh,
Wow.
because you don't
Whoa.
sleep much.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was very sleep deprived.
Mm.
Mm.
Was there cake? Did I miss cake?
I saw a picture.
There was some cake, yeah, and there was
I
some dessert.
There's
remember
dessert.
I remember the last dish was like the beef and chicken dish, and that
It was
was it.
fried rice. It was fried rice.
I never saw the fried rice.
He's like,
Oh.
it tasted like chicken.
Well, typically in Asian banquet, or at least in a Chinese banquet, but this is a Japanese restaurant, so I don't know if they that would. But rice comes out last. Usually in the
Right.
Chinese
It's the
banquet,
same
is
with
the same.
Japan too.
Okay,
Mhm,
so
and
because
Japan.
all the dishes come out, you're supposed to eat all the dishes without rice. Just to savor the flavors and very different textures, different flavors, different things. And then the rice comes out last, and the soup, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's supposedly like if you're still hungry, then you can have some rice and soup to fill you up.
Oh,
But you should have filled yourself up with the regular foods already.
yeah. I didn't see rice or soup.
Well, that's
Did
because
you get
you're seeing Oban.
mashed
I was,
potatoes? Did you get
Oh, the
uh,
mashed potatoes.
that was really good. It was
was-
like
They were like
yam
butter.
mashed potato. Yeah.
oh my god, I missed out on everything. But I did see a lot of Oban, so that was good.
I did I had one piece of chicken from Courtney's table, and
You should you should
it
have
was
eaten more.
like a honey glazed, right?
It was a little sweet.
Yeah, it was excellent. And then I had a bunch of the steak. The steak was amazing.
Steak was great.
Um,
Yeah.
and but I didn't have any rice. I wanted some rice. Uh, am I drawing shoelaces on her, or am I drawing Velcro straps? Oh, you guys can't even see that.
And
I
depending
think
how much time you have.
she might have slip-ons. I thought I saw in one picture before. Do a slip-on. So I was sat at a table with a couple that it was just a four-seater, but we packed people in. With a couple I didn't meet, and this lovely lady named Georgina, and we found out we're basically a table of women that Jerry met online. So she met Jerry way back when Asian Avenue was still a thing.
Oh,
And he reached out to her and he's like, "Hey, you won the contest." And she's like, "What contest?" And then he's like, I'm gonna draw you into my comic book. So he drew her into her comic book, and then apparently on Asian Avenue, he posted something like, "Who's gonna be killed off?" And they killed her off in the comic book, and she was like, "Damn." But her and her husband were super nice and hilarious. It was really funny.
What was Asian Avenue?
You don't know what
It's like
Asian
you don't know
Avenue
Asian Avenue?
No, what is Asian Avenue?
It's like AOL, but for like
Asians.
very early. Yeah.
It's not for
It's
dating,
like
is
a
it?
website.
I
I
don't
think
think it was specifically for dating.
they had like
Was it?
events and stuff. No, well, I think a lot of people end up using it for dating, but they did events. I thought I know I was never on it because that'd be kind of weird,
Yeah,
but I
never
know a lot of people who are on it for like car meets and stuff too.
car meets.
Car meets.
Like ribeye meat on a ribeye on a 360 ZX, 350 ZX.
Well,
That's
before
old
my
So
school.
it was like MySpace time. It was around the MySpace time.
yeah.
But I met a girl on Asian Avenue too, though. But she turned out to be a catfish.
Oh no.
I got catfished once, pretty hard.
Wow, you talk about that? I
Huh?
remember that whole episode. Usually,
Yeah,
when that happens, people don't talk about it.
I don't think I talked about it here.
He can only
But
talk about it now, 20 years later. So he
But
feels
I
comfortable.
was catfished big time. You know?
Like,
Yeah.
what'd you do? What happened?
Well, to your credit, like that term didn't exist, and no one really even knew that of that concept really. So
Yeah.
now you would be like, oh, yeah, you get what you deserve because everyone knows that. But back then, that was before it was a thing. So
I mean,
So what was the
you
catfish?
didn't trust people on the internet, but it was it was rough. I
It
mean,
just didn't look like her, or
it did not.
and well, I mean, like, huh?
That picture probably still exists, right?
Probably. She had apparently catfished a couple other guys before me. So, and it was very traumatic at the time. I mean, I don't remember how we met on Asian Avenue. I don't remember if there was a chat room or
there has to be. Yeah, it's chat room days, so it's probably then.
yeah, like the AOL chat rooms. And but so I started having a conversation with this person, and they sent me, of course you get the obligatory like, oh, send me a pic of yourself. There were no webcams back then, so if you guys are on the younger side, you got to imagine, even signing up on the internet, it was still a 14.4 modem where you have to dial into the telephone and
Yeah,
sign on
good
to
old days.
welcome to America Online. And then from America Online, I think you can go into um, Asian Avenue. Or was it by then you could, I don't know. Anyways, so I got a couple of pictures. I was like, oh, wow, like stunner. And then we started talking. We, texting, email, um, and then we exchanged phone numbers. We started talking on the phone. So it was actually, human person on the other line. And um, and then,
Did she
this
sound
person,
cute?
she sounded really cute.
Mm.
And then
Hmm.
we just had, these long conversations. And what else? I mean, at some point, I'm like, oh, and she lived in Long Beach, which is, if you're familiar with LA, it's like I was in Studio City at the time, so it's about like 45 minutes away. It's not that far. Um, and I'd be like, hey, let's meet up for like drinks or something, or a bite, grab a bite. And she was like all shy about, oh, this is the internet. I don't know. Kind of shy about meeting up. It's so comfortable just talking on the phone. And this went on for, I don't know, like a month or two, Sean? Was it more than that?
Did she ask for money or?
I don't know. And then,
It went
I
on
was like,
for a long time.
it went on for a few months.
Yeah,
Were you guys
I
roommates at
think
the
it was
time?
longer.
Huh?
No, because you were in California,
Yeah, I
and
was
I
in
remember
LA.
you gave her. I mean, you gave her some gifts. Like you drove to her place, and she was too shy to
Oh,
meet you, so you
yeah.
would leave stuff there. And
Yeah.
Man, I
So
gotta try that.
we had sent each other stuff. Like we had each other's addresses. So then I sent something to her, and then and then I remember I was so frustrated at one point. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna drive down because I'm gonna figure out. This is also before GPS, so you have to look it up. You have to get a map book and stuff. But anyways, you have to figure it out.
MapQuest.
No, before MapQuest, you had those Thomas guides.
What?
So, so I looked it up. Found her address, drove down there, waited outside. Very stalkery. And she never showed up. So I waited like a little bit, and I just left my home. It's like, this is crazy. What am I doing? So a couple times we were supposed to meet up. She had agreed to meet up, and then she would not show up. And
Wow.
So I was like,
That's
fuck
sick.
this. I mean, like,
Yeah.
But like I was very emotionally invested.
Invest.
You know, because you're talking on the phone for hours on end, and you know, you're getting along with this person that you think is uh, who they are, who they say they are, and I mean, a lot of it is based off of well, yeah, the pictures. But and I, you know, there would be points where I'd be like, oh, I don't believe you. You know, send me an updated picture, and she would send me another updated picture that was like fairly recent with some kind of time thing.
Probably your cousin or something.
And so finally, at some point, and even to the point where I would be like, look, this isn't working out for me because you're just not meeting, and I just it just doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, we enjoy talking to each other on the phone. Why can't we just meet up? And if you're just so shy, I can't really invest any more time in this. And then she would like break down and start crying, like, "Oh, you don't believe me, you don't trust me.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
you know, I am who I say I am, and if you can't wait and you can't trust me for who I am, and you know, allow me the time to kind of like ease into this, then yeah." So it would be like I tried to pull away, she pulled me back in. Um, so this went on, and finally, at some point, I was just like, I can't take it anymore. So I just cold turkey called it off. But it was completely like your Jimbo emotional manipulation, where I'd be like, you know, I just can't do this. It's just you know, I'm coming home, we're talking on the phone, but then you don't want to meet up, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And so finally, I called up one day when I knew she wasn't going to be home. She had a roommate, and so I talked to the roommate, and I was like, look, I forgot the roommate's name, but I was like, the roommate knew who I was because obviously she spent a lot of time talking to me. Um, and I said, look, I just want to clarify something. Like, if you can, let me email you these pictures that she's been sending me, and if you can tell me if this is her. And so I sent them to the roommate. Didn't want to get involved. She was like, at first, she
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to get involved, and you know, this is her, you know, stuff. I don't want to get in the middle between the two. I said, look, I'm sorry, but I just need help because you know we've been talking for however many months, and I just need clarity. I just need to move on if this is not real. And so she agreed to look at the pictures. I sent them to her, and then she called me back. She's like, "Yeah, that's not her. Those pictures aren't her." And so I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, on
Damn.
one hand, I was like relieved, but on the other hand, I was like a bomb dropped.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
I said, "Look, would you be okay if we met up?" So the roommate and I met up at like a coffee shop, and
Hooked
I
up.
just wanted no. Well, it was kind of weird too because we met up. I had some more questions, and I wanted to at least see a real person, right? So I met the roommate, and then the roommate was like, "Oh, you know, you've been so nice during this whole time. She's heard a lot of stuff about me," and she was actually like, the roommate was kind of coming on to me. It was like, you know, if things don't work out between you and this person, um, you know, if you want to hang out, it's like,
Ooh la
so it was
la.
weird. And then, but she's like, oh yeah, but she's been doing this a couple times. It's been, you know, it's kind of weird because she'll be completely infatuated with or engrossed with one person for a couple months, and then all of a sudden you never hear back from that person again, and it's another person, and then now it's me, and then so I'm like, oh, okay. And then I had one last favor was, uh, can I see a picture of her? So this was also like back when we had like the Nokia phones. So there's not a lot of, you know, you didn't have pictures on your phones, right? We had
Right.
cell phones, but there's no camera capability back then. Um, so she was like, there's a picture at home. And you know, this girl was out for the afternoon. So I said, look, can I come back? I just want to see a picture of who she is. And then I'll leave you guys alone. And so she agreed. I went into the apartment. The roommate came out with a picture of her that was in a frame. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. Thank you. And then I left, right? And I don't remember too much after that. I know somehow she was upset. The girl that had catfished me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a conversation afterwards. Like, I didn't tell her I went to the house, but I kind of said, the gig is up. There's no need to talk anymore. Because there was even a point where I said to her, like, look, regardless of whatever you look like, I think we've at least developed a pretty cool friendship. If it doesn't work out romantically, we can at least still be friends, hang out, and just enjoy talking to you and having these conversations. So something she did like really then upset me because she was being defensive again, saying that, trying to twist it back on me about how I would invade her, something like invade her privacy or something. No, sorry.
Crazy.
So then I during part of this, she had a trip back home. Her family lived in Northern California. And so I had the number to her brother's home in Northern California. And so I was like, I felt like, look, this needed to stop. I'm not going to be the last guy. I mean, hopefully I'm the last guy, but somebody needs to intervene. And I mean, it's not going to be me, but somebody needs to intervene because I think this girl has a problem. And the roommate's not going to intervene. So I called up the brother. I spoke with the brother on the phone. His thing was like, how do I know you're not a fake? I'm like, well, look, you hear all these stories about people creating fake personalities online. And, your sister is one of these people preying on guys like me. And I'm just telling you because you're her family. Hopefully you can help her. And because this, although this is not illegal, technically it's not against the law, it's still pretty fucked up.
It's also dangerous for her. Like, it's dangerous for girls. She gave you her address, and it's like, even if you didn't meet, if somebody could be violent towards her if they do find out, it's not her.
I mean, there could be people like, that wouldn't take it as well,
Yeah.
So, and then that was it. I remember she called me afterwards. She's like, how can you tell my brother? How can you talk to my brother about this? I'm like, how can you do this to me, and how can you do this to the other people? I mean, you gotta look in the mirror every now and then. So, like, to reflect upon your own actions. Like, so that was a very early catfish scenario. I don't know if anybody else has ever been catfished.
No.
Yeah.
Sean, are you catfished?
No, Sean was already hooked up by then.
But what I remember, like, since you had a kind of like an emotional relationship with this person, and you find out that person doesn't really exist, the thing that's most similar that we can relate to is sort of like it's a death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's it was like a death of somebody that and in many ways, like a lot of times, like I've watched Catfish since, like on MTV, and like all the classic, like they don't want to meet up, they're afraid, they're shy. There is like a lot of heavy manipulation, and then wanting you to trust them, but then ultimately never coming through on any of the promises of meeting up. So I'm curious, this is a very fascinating thing, and even now, like as like catfishing has progressed to like scamming people, right? Like watching some of these YouTube things where like these elderly people get scammed by these foreign what do they call it? Pig trap or love trap?
Mm.
What do they call it? You guys know?
Nigerian prince.
Well, the
So-
Nigerian prince,
Nigeria,
and
or the plot behind the latest Beekeeper movie.
oh, is that what it is? I haven't seen that. With
Well, some elderly woman got all her savings and everything robbed.
Oh.
And that that elderly person had to be a friend of Jason Statham's character, who was a beekeeper.
Oh, that's
Asian-
really...
So
Yeah,
is that the weapon he uses?
No,
he's a real beekeeper, or is that a
no,
code
no.
name for
He's
something?
a beekeeper. Yeah, but it's also part of some organization called the Hive. That's a secret government organization meant to protect the system. All this deep mythology. They're trying to create John Wickish type of thing.
Oh, so he's doing like a civic thing.
But the lines were delivered so terribly. I mean, the dialogue was bad, but the action was good.
Oh. So
I think a couple guys thought I was catfishing them before I heard about it. They're like, "Are you
Yeah.
catfishing?"
I
I'm like,
totally think that.
"What?"
So it's an interesting phenomenon. I've fallen prey to it. Like so, some of these YouTube things now, like they're asking for Amazon cards or gift cards or Bitcoin. Like now, like a lot of the scammers ask for Bitcoin. The thing with like this one was like she never asked for any money. It was all purely emotional, which I think is even worse in some way. Because she would get into this thing about feeling loved or getting in love, falling in love. And then at some point when it got too real or too inconvenient, she was cold-hearted enough to like, just dump and run, right? And so there is I mean, I guess is there like a mental issue with that, or is it just?
I think so.
Is that pure evil? What is that? Is that worse than?
Did her brother offer any insights to this?
No. The brother was actually fairly defensive, and combative. That I would accuse his sister of this.
Well, I think it stems in like low self-esteem probably for her because all she really wanted was more attention, and then when she got it, then she, and then she didn't want to meet up probably because she had low self-esteem. I think they have a term called love bombing now, where you say all really sweet things to somebody and to get them to like you, and then you kind of like just stop, all of a sudden just
That's not ghosting?
I don't think it's the same as ghosting per se. I don't know. It's like a younger generation type thing. I don't know. Some of the young guys on the stream might be able to. It's just a term I heard. Like I think more like guys would do it, like they'd be really sweet to women, and then and all of a sudden be colder to them, I guess, in that way.
After they got what they wanted?
Yeah.
Well, it's that thing that Sean Gordon Murphy was accused of by Mags Visaggio. Mags Visaggio, felt like she was promised help or something like that. But with Sean, because Sean has like a lot of pull, and but then he just kind of disappeared, and then so she accused him of love bombing.
Like love bombing or work love bombing?
I have no idea. It was weird because he can't understand it, and people kind of just think that she's a little bit crazy.
Oh.
Well,
Did they have a relationship, or
No.
we're gonna have to delete this stream anyways because James Cole won. So you can dish as much as you want.
wait, who's this person?
I think
I'll go to my-
Yojimbo knows about this, right? This whole love bombing accusation that it was all people were talking about like maybe a couple years ago.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what to do here in the torso in terms of the lighting. I kind of know where the muscles are, but because she's twisting and I'm trying to get a little bit more of the twist in her, I also don't want to. I want to be able to emphasize it. Getting back to the drawing. Anyways,
It's a great face.
does anybody have any questions about catfishing?
I wouldn't say I was catfished before, but but there was a couple times where the guys didn't really look like their pictures, or
Yeah, but you met up with them.
I met up with them.
Yeah.
There was one time when I was talking to a psychiatrist for like the military, and he kept on being kind of mean. Like he was like, "Well, why are you single? There's something wrong with you." And I was like, "I don't know what you want me to say."
You're being negged.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, I made a guy cry in Japan once when he tried that negging thing. Because I was like, I ended up asking about his background. It turns out his mother left his family. I'm like, your mother never loved you, and he started crying. And I was like, don't mess with me. But
Sean and I were in the pioneering phases of that term.
Yeah.
Negging.
You guys neg people?
We were there.
Ooh.
We were there.
During the creation
the
of that whole
the
PUA
came,
lifestyle.
Yeah, that was based off of Neil Strauss.
I wasn't participating in any of that, but we were working on, what was it, like the visuals for his book?
Yeah, we had a couple stuff.
Yeah,
because he had gone undercover to break open this secret society of pickup artists.
Fascinating stuff. Very fascinating stuff.
Yeah. Ooh,
And that's where the term negging comes from, because you're giving a girl a negative to kind of knock her down a little bit. But also it's more of like, I think, turning the tables, because a lot of times
I wouldn't say so.
very attractive women tend to be they tend to expect a compliment from a guy, but then when you don't give them a compliment, it flips the switch a little bit. Flips the
I
table.
wouldn't say that. I think it's definitely more negative, I would say. Like it'd be one thing if you just spoke normally to someone, but to actually like say like dick things to a woman like off the bat, like you just like, you meet somebody. This was like at a bar, and I was like, oh yeah, or even that guy who I was just messaging with, and he was like, there has to be something wrong with you. I'm like, what? I don't know what to tell you. And then
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no worries. But yeah, even with that guy, the psychiatrist, there came a point where I was like, "Hey, look, that's fine. We don't, we don't need to meet up, and I'm trying to get to know you, and it seems like you're just trying to find out something wrong with me, and that's fine. But I'm not down, so that's cool." And I just was like, we're not gonna speak anymore. I mean, it was maybe a few days, anyways, because it started off kind of right off the bat, and then he kind of realized like what he was doing wasn't great, and then he apologized, and then he sent me a gift card to get a massage. He's like, I heard you told me you like massage, so I'll send you a massage. You don't have to meet up with me. So I went and got a massage, and then I met up with him because I was like, that's fine. You know what? Fine. I can put it in the past and whatever. And I met up with him, and then he got drunk off of one glass of wine, and yeah, but it's fine. I've had way worse dates. So, but he just never tried to message me after that too, probably because he felt awkward. But yeah, I haven't had too many guys neg me though, compared to I think some other women. Because I don't know. But then again, I've also had some girlfriends that I would go to like clubs with or bars or something, and they'd be kind of mean to guys, and I'm like, dude, what's your problem? Like, if somebody comes up to you, you can, if you don't want to talk to them, you can be like, hey, I'm a little busy, but someone will be kind of mean and be like, you need to not be mean sometimes. So I think, yeah, on both sides, both males and females can be not great.
They all play games.
Yeah.
It's Sean's turn to offer up some emotional damage stories.
Mhm.
Personal.
Yeah.
I gotta jump off for a second. I gotta drop off a couple of kids in the pool. So I'll be
Couple of.
just a few.
Okay.
All
All right.
right, bye.
Bye.
Light a candle.
Hmm.
Simple Man's here. What's up, Tony? Listen, gaining weight is not catfishing. This is a Chun Fish stream, says Poop Kid. What country is more progressive with art and literature and is not censoring things? Dr. Midnight. That's a question. Jay Modell. Good to see Jay Modell. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is there a progressive country out there that's not censoring?
It's not Singapore, right? You should know that.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I would say Japan, but they censor their porn. So, I don't know.
Yeah, they do some. Uh, I think a book just got censored in Japan about kind of trans rights and the movement in America of more trans people and stuff like that. And I think I don't know if it was negative or positive, or if it was somebody like ragging on it and saying this is a bad thing about the country, or if it was positive saying like this is just more of what's happening more. But yeah, it got canceled. The book got canceled by
Oh,
so
really?
yeah. Yeah.
Well, Sean,
'Cause
do you
of
remember anything else
outrage.
about the catfish episode that my memory has protected me from?
Uh, well,
He's like,
yeah, I
then
don't know
you
how
got
deep you want.
married.
Well, yeah. The thing is, you did talk about the M word about her, and
Really?
and
Oh
then
yeah,
also,
marriage? Really?
well, I mean, not seriously, but you're saying like, well, and then at one point we were in the car, and then you handed me the phone, and I think she wanted to know if you were real, so she asked me questions about you.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Well, I don't remember that part, but I do remember her testing if I was real or not, which is like extreme projection. So like
yeah, definitely.
nowadays, a lot of times I act under the rule that usually when people are accusatory or doing anything towards someone else, that they're the one projecting their own.
Absolutely.
Um, so we all know a certain person in public that does that, projects a lot of their own wrongdoings onto other people.
We do.
Japan
We
sometimes
do.
allows too much to be published. I enjoy a particular manga artist. Some of his mainstream works are extremely grotesque, using his skills for evil. Really? Wow.
Whoa.
Well, there are some yeah, manga artists that kind of err on the side of younger characters
Yeah.
in bad situations, if you get what I mean.
So this is
And
a
that's
result of
not great.
being a non-Christian country. Is that what it is?
I think that has a
No.
little bit to do, but also just culturally, right? Over the years.
I think it's still frowned. I mean, it's still frowned upon. I think I think the other populations just you know I don't
But
know.
those young people, the young women there are like really safe as opposed to here. Right? So
Yeah, yeah. I
regardless of
mean,
what their art shows, I mean, they're like the little kids there can walk to school by themselves.
that's true. But I think those are things that could kind of happen here. And, I mean, it just doesn't that much, but it could go under like freedom of speech and stuff like that. I mean, nothing. It just I think they don't. I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to. It's going to be not a great.
How
thing
much
to talk
book
about.
banning is going on in the U.S. now? I mean, I don't know. I don't have any kids.
They just removed a dictionary from Florida because it
Really?
has because it has sexual terms in it because Florida has an extreme ban on fucking bullshit. Sean, since you don't have any catfish stories, then do you have any bad date stories?
Mhm. No, I would have to have gone on dates.
Oh, so it was just
Yes.
like your wife.
Yes.
You're like, I guess this is it,
Yes.
man. Actually, one of my best girlfriends, her husband is her first boyfriend from her first year of college.
Yeah, but what about the boyfriends from high school?
She had no boyfriends in high school.
Oh, so her first boyfriend is who she married now. Wow.
Yes, yeah. She's one of my friends in Vegas, the one I spent my birthday with. But but they really grew together. I know a lot of couples that have been together for since like high school or early college.
I wonder, back in the days when we had to learn all that stuff for the PUAs. There is one of those things that really made me kind of wonder, 'cause since I'm not a female, I just don't know if this really works or not. But um, it's kind of based on the theory that we all have like a caveman, a reptilian brain, and so like if you wanted to stimulate the attraction response in a female, you could buy her a BMW, but then again, her reptilian brain doesn't really know what that is. Of course, they'll be appreciated, but it doesn't really stimulate the hardcore. Like, if you ever wonder, like, why there's a guy in the office who's like really short and bald, but he's got this knockout, beautiful wife. That's because the guy's stimulating the attraction response in ways that a lot of guys don't know. So the PUA theory is like, don't buy the BMW, because there's a big cheaper way, and that's feeding the person, because your reptilian brain understands when like if you go and hunt for food and you bring it back to your cave woman and then prepare it and then feed her, that stimulates the attraction response, but the BMW doesn't.
It's true that's basic survival instincts. I think that's what Sean's saying, right?
Yeah.
And so, food is
it was
going to be
around
triggered
a long time ago, but a BMW is not. So like if you even if you work on the house, it's kind of like building a nest for them, and then feeding her food. That's something they understand. But then giving her.
Wouldn't it be the same for men though too? Like if I cook dinner or did sort of thing, it's kind of the same thing.
And like
so. Buying a present.
I'm not sure if they did that back in caveman days, but yeah, I guess it would be like that same idea.
Well, I think I don't know. I think people are supposed to have a bit of diversity in who we're attracted to overall. Else, that's how I might look attractive to some people, but I could also look very not attractive to other people. That's just how it's supposed to be.
Well, there's different levels, yeah. So, that's interesting.
But I think the more you learn about kind of the caveman days, it's less of how we know it, and women would hunt too. Women would provide the same things that men would do. So I don't know if that holds up that much anymore, but I think it's more of a gesture maybe. But yeah, feeding's good. Feeding's like a good way to go.
We have a first time chatter. Good, Horatio. Good to see you. Simple man. What about women who stay in abusive relationships, or is that taking a different road? Sean, that was directed to you.
Yeah. Why is that directed towards Sean? Sean, should we know What happened?
Yeah, and that's the big mystery because it seems like I don't know. I mean, maybe it's up to a woman to answer that question because I'm not sure why that.
I think it more has to do with what I think a lot of abusive men usually corner their women they're with, and remove their friends, be like, your friends are trash. You remove them from their families. That kind of get them away. Both men and women can do that. Be like, I don't like your brother. Or, don't. So, um, I think that's very typical. And then if they do have any underlying trauma, then and a lot of them are reliant on them for either they had kids together and money and stuff. The more uh, fiscally sound a woman is, the easier it is for them to get out of a abusive relationship. And I think a lot of people, men and women, get used to abuse, and it's terrible. It's just one of those things where you don't realize how bad it could get until you're out of it. How you're like, I can't believe somebody let me, somebody who talked to me that way. Luckily, I've never been in any type of
Yeah.
abusive relationship, but I've seen my friends where I'd be like, I would murder a bitch if they talked to me that way. Like,
How do we get onto the
crazy?
subject?
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Dating? Bad dates?
Catfish? How do we get into the catfish
Catfish?
situation?
Oh,
Sean,
Asian Avenue.
how do we get
You're
into
the
Yeah.
one who
Asian
said
Avenue?
it.
Really?
I said
I
Asian
just
Avenue, and you're
I
like,
went
I got
on.
catfished.
Oh yeah, I got catfish on Asian Avenue. Oof. I thought Sean
Well,
manipulated me into this.
okay.
Well, uh, yeah.
Actually, that's what I wanted to do if I wasn't really dating someone. I was gonna um I want to like give more dating advice as like a job. Like I would go on a date with a man and be like, hey, let if you need
Oh
only if
yeah.
they need help. Like they pitch it to me, and I kind of
Yeah.
explain more of like what, and it'd be a great job. But
You have to be very
it's
candid with them because you would say things like, "Well,
yeah.
you got like earwax, and then your fingernails are gross," and things that we wouldn't realize, but it'd be great information. It's just it's very hard to take.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about maybe doing like a virtual dating game,
Oh, that's right. That's
right?
right. That
Where if
was a long time ago.
some of the guys in chat want to go on a virtual date, we can do like a dating game thing where you guys can ask Courtney questions and then we would rate, you know.
They can still do that. They
I
can
mean,
ask any question they want to ask me.
we got a women's perspective. We're just thinking about bits for the new year. I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, the book. Remember that? How to kiss like a what is it? That book.
How to what?
That book that you bought that we're gonna send around.
Oh, how to kiss.
How to kiss with confidence.
Yeah, how to kiss with confidence. How to piss.
Right,
Where do you
what
get
happened to
piss
that book?
from? Sean's fucking
Piss?
deviant.
How
No,
to
how to
kiss?
kiss with confidence. Was that what it was called?
How to
Yeah.
kiss with confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
I
man.
got 2 copies of it. It's on here somewhere on my desk.
I think it's I'm a judge-free zone, I don't usually, if something's said to me by somebody I've ever went on a date with, I assume it's not usually in like bad, but I can explain to a guy how things could seem bad towards in the eyes of a woman or vice versa. So
Well, but like the dating game would be like, how do we do this? That would be like, I think we would ask questions. We would set them up in Discord, and then
mhm.
you guys would have to come up with a different screen name or something on Discord, and then do basically a couple rounds of questioning, right? That's how the dating game was.
I never watched any of those.
Like, and then they would talk about like their dream, like how what they would do, take you on a date, where would you guys go,
Mm.
and then you would have a list of questions, and then and then we go from there,
Mm.
right? Is anyone interested in doing that?
Does anyone do that on? Is that done on Twitch at all? I mean, and
It's like
there's
a
no
portfolio
date.
review, but
Yeah.
Okay.
My
yeah,
one advice
we'll pay for
for
a
every
coffee.
guy out
I'll offer
there.
a coffee.
That's fine. One advice, every guy out there, just don't be afraid. Just don't feel intimidated. And I always just say, just talk to whoever you like, basically like an old friend, and that usually kind of warms up a little bit. But even before like online dating and things like that, like I worked a lot, but I never really went on dates, and I was told later that I was very intimidating. So I think the the nicer the guy, the more intimidated they probably were of me, because more of the kind of not great dudes would approach me. They'd have lots of cojones. So so I think I got used to approaching men instead. But don't be afraid of rejection, because it doesn't really matter. We're not all meant for each other. So that's the best advice I could give. But yeah, I can answer any questions. That's fine. I'm
Well, this
old.
is
I'm
sort
like
of like
middle
a.
aged now. I'm not like I'm not like a catch. Oh.
This is this is no longer just a drawing stream.
Yeah, this is like a helpline.
Mm. Yeah. Hey, they can come to me with any advice. There's sometimes my guy friends come to me. I mean, pretty often. And
Courtney, how do you feel? How do you feel about old friends without being in the friend zone?
This
what do you
segment is
mean?
called Courting Courtney.
Old friends without being in the friend zone?
Yeah.
Like like you're old friends, but then you start to become interested, or were you like, oh, would you be always interested in this person, and then you just decide you want to make your move, I guess?
Wait, James Quo has been married for 20 years?
What?
Huh.
He was married since he was what, like 8 years old? What?
How old is James Quo?
What the hell? How old are you?
Yojimbo asks, how do you talk to them like old friends without being in the friend zone?
Oh,
Ah, well, you
okay,
named them.
so if you're catching up, like let's say, like if we were all hanging out, if I come around Sean and Bernard and we're all catching up and we're like, hey, what have you been up to lately? Like, how's work? It kind of started as that. And then you can kind of, I mean, I think there's just so much pressure when you first meet that it's just easier to just kind of get to know somebody in that way, and then kind of let things naturally go. And I mean, you want somebody to like you for who you are, what you do, your hobbies, and that's kind of how you get into like, so that's kind of just thinking about them in that way just seems to, you know, make it a lot easier to get, to ask questions. Also, a lot of guys don't ask questions. Like I, I don't think they're used to either. So, asking questions good. You don't have to like grill her, but just to get like the ball rolling. Because I've left a lot of dates where I mean, led those dates, and it's fine. Guys are nervous, and but um
Hold on. Golf Boy's been married 20 years this October.
what?
What?
How old is
Planning
he? He got married when he
planning
was
a trip
10?
to Korea and Japan to celebrate.
Man.
Wow. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats. But I think, don't expect anything on the first date. I guess that's it. Like, and you don't know where things are gonna go. And if you end up friends too, then that's not
Well,
necessarily a bad thing.
just say this: this face is leaving in 5 minutes. Be on it.
Wait, what? Oh.
This this face is leaving in 5 minutes. Be on it.
Wow, that works, Sean?
Jesus.
Always. Every time.
I would just go with the normal, like, hey, you want to make out? And that usually worked. And
For
Never
girls,
worked for me.
kept it
Never
simple.
worked.
that was my pickup line. I don't know. It's
Well,
hard.
it's interesting. Has anybody here read The Game
Is that
besides
the
Sean and myself?
not great book?
Well,
Hey,
you
Bernard
know,
worked on that book.
yeah, I did all the drawings in that book.
Did you?
Yeah.
What? Wait, I don't know too much about the book, but is that actually supposed to be like the not great book?
I don't think it was
Well,
not that great.
Oh,
it can
With
be
great
used for
power
bad
comes
things.
great responsibility.
Yes.
Right?
Everything's supposed to be very, the nagging thing is always never supposed to be hurtful. It's supposed to be like
Yeah,
very
it's not supposed to be
fitting. Yeah.
specifically not supposed to be hurtful. It's just a backhanded compliment where you're like saying something that is
Playing around.
playing around because you're being jokey. Like Jimbo's asking like, how do you talk to them like as if you're old friends, right? Well, you can't be like when you're talking to them. You gotta like talk to them like your old friends. You gotta talk to them like she's one of the guys, right? That
yeah,
you're just like busting chops with, right?
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
Sean and I bust each other's chops, and then we bust Fletch busts our chops, So you gotta talk to them like they're one of the guys that you're not, drooling or googling or ogling. What is the word? Over them, right?
Ogling or I don't even know.
Yeah, and then so once that's established, and some of that is like joking around a little bit about things. Then there's different steps. Like the game, really. I mean, it's a story about Neil. Neil and I are good friends. We're very close friends. And Neil, and he said this in many interviews about the book. When he was much younger, he was he was kind of like nerdy and geeky, and but he was a music critic for the New York Times and the Village Voice. And so he would be invited to, his friend, and he wrote, he was a ghostwriter for a lot of autobiographies. So he knew a lot of rock stars like Marilyn Manson, Dave Navarro, a bunch of other people. And so he would get invited to these concerts.
I mean, the
And
things rock stars can get away with versus normal people are a little different. So he's
oh
taking
yeah,
tips
right,
from
right.
them.
But so he would be backstage where there were like a lot of people, and they're all looking to kind of hook up. But he was always the nice guy, and he would always end up in the friend zone. And he was always wondering, like, why am I always ending up in the friend zone? I'm not, because he would see all these other guys that are jerks, uh, that are mean, say bad things, and or just not be really like not being nice guys, end up with the girls. And so,
So you really just mean like hooking up with them.
well,
But
not necessarily hooking up, but like attracting women to the point where usually he would end up in the friend zone very quickly because he was the nice guy.
yeah,
And
but these
so
these
he was
guys
wondering what. Well,
are
he was
just
wondering
really
like
the
what
other guys are just
were.
hooking up with girls.
There other guys were hooking up, but the other guys were also attracting women. I think is the thing. Hooking up is attracting. So the other guys were attracting women, or at least were doing things that were, um, moving beyond just the friend zone. So, and then one day, an editor from I forgot what publishing, Regan Books or HarperCollins, called them up and said, "Hey, there's this article that was published somewhere about this pickup artist that was teaching these classes to single men or men, and he wanted to know if Neil was interested in kind of infiltrating that group and writing an article about it. And so I think back then there was like some chat rooms or message boards that a lot of these guys would kind of create this community where they would share kind of techniques or kind of encounters that they would
What
have.
worked for them?
Yeah, what worked for them, like pickup lines or whatever, and where to meet girls or whatever it is. And so he started getting into this kind of secret society. There were certain groups. So there was that movie Magnolia that was with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise playing like this guy that was this kind of motivational speaker, but his thing wasn't about making money, but it was about like having the riz, as they say nowadays, right? Is that right? And how to meet women, how to attract women, and so that was supposedly based off of a real life guy named Ross Ritchie. And so Neil went and found Ross and kind of studied under him. And then he also went and so Ross Ritchie was, about having confidence and humor. There was another group of guys that was about being cocky, or maybe Ross was about being cocky. So there was like different schools of like different people that had used different techniques to become more attractive or to attract women. So one version would be super cocky. So if you're super cocky, that turns on some people. Another kind of instructor was winning with humor, jokes, keep them laughing, and then you'll win their hearts. Another one was like magic tricks, doing something special, like will create interest. Another one was another group was subliminal
NLP.
NLP, right? Neuro-linguistic
What?
programming. Neuro-linguistic programming. So what you're doing is you're consciously putting them in hypnotizing them. So like if we were on a date, I would specifically ask you questions, Courtney, that I knew the answers would be yes or positive. So I'd just ask you questions, and we'd have conversation. But I was specifically asking questions that I know you'd answer yes or in affirmative, positive way. So that at the end of our conversation or so, however long, and this is before you go on a date, this is like meeting at a bar. This is all speed attraction. This is all meeting someone in coffee shops, bars, bookstores, not like long-term dating. That I would ask you yes, so then by the time I asked you for your number, you've said yes so many times, you're in this very positive frame of mind that then you would say, okay, you give me your number. Yeah, because I'm kind of a fun guy, and we talked about fun things that you enjoy listening and talking about. It's very much like sales. So if you're a salesman, you employ a lot of the same techniques when you're trying to sell someone something.
I mean, I can see that, but I'm thinking about like long term and like what a man. I mean, I think a lot of men don't think, what do I want? Like they might be like, well, I want a hot girlfriend. All right, well, that's good. I mean, there's a lot of hot girls out there, but you might not get along with her. Like, what
Yeah.
you want somebody that fits in your life, So
Well, again, this has nothing to do with
yeah.
long-term relationships. This has nothing to do with sleeping with them in a sense. This is just building attraction.
I mean,
Sean?
it's interesting.
Sean wants to jump in.
Remember DHVs and DLVs? One of the most important things.
Oh, okay.
What's
So demonstrating demonstrating high value and DLV demonstrating low value.
So everything you do is one or the other, and then it tells you how to just pile on the DHV so that you only come across in a positive way, and things to avoid that are demonstration of low value, which are surprisingly not intuitive. I mean, you would think that something is a DHV, but it's really a DLV. Like you do a magic trick, and then like they're really impressed. And if they're really impressed, you do more of it. But then after a while, it becomes a DLV because you're like that desperate uncle trying to impress people. and it just teaches you the difference between the two of those, and it's fascinating stuff.
It's very interesting. A lot of it
Mhm.
is human psychology specific uh, in specific groups and specific situations, right? So at the end of the day, what the book did was it broke it down into a recipe, a step by step that you can follow or not follow. But in reading the book, like I thought about like a lot of times, like some of the women that I dated or ended up dating or being attracted to, and um, had similar types of scenarios occur. So it did make certain sense that there were certain psychological points in the attraction. Not that I was doing it purposely, but that meeting them, certain things happened in the course of meeting them, um, kind of really elevated or escalated this mutual attraction. Um, so again, it's speed dating, not speed dating, but speed seduction, and it's not has nothing to do with long term relationships. Has nothing to
Yeah,
do with
Well, that's good
the
for
one
like
thing.
bar pickups because you do like if you're at a bar, a club, or even like when you're online dating, yeah, something immediate would be good. But like Bernard, you have confidence, which is perfect. Like
Yeah,
that's in the long term, it always works for you because you're a confident person.
well, but
the
I mean, the
one
book
thing,
kind of. Oh, go ahead.
the one thing that I see that you really took to heart and still use now is peacocking.
Well, peacocking. Yeah. So that these are these different terms that are like. Um, so I met Neil when he was in the middle of writing this book, uh, and so I was actually with John Paul, and we were hanging out, and Neil likes comic books. We're hanging out, and then he was like, "Hey, why don't you guys come hang out with us tonight at a club?" And I'm like, "Oh, let's go. Why not?" So John Paul and I go show up at this club, and we're kind of hanging around. We're like, "Where's Neil? Like, where? I thought he'd be here by now." And lo and behold, we see across the hall, across the room, it's packed in here, but we see like these couple guys. One guy with a top hat, like a Zantana, like magic top hat, like a boa faux. What are those called?
The
Like a
boa.
leather boa, like a huge, feather jacket. One guy walking around like with a cane and gloves, and Neil had this like really flamboyant jacket, outrageous kind of jacket, and he already, he had his style. He's like bald, but he had, very manicured like goatee, and he had all these rings on and stuff, and so there's a couple of them, like two or three of these guys, and when you see them, what is the first thing you think? Like when you see a guy like, and you're at a bar or a club or a restaurant or whatever, or even outdoors, and you see, although it's more prevalent now, so it's not. But this was in the late '90s, early 2000s, and what do you see? What do you think when you see a guy walk in that's like dressed crazy, like a like a magician or like
Well, they're
Doctor
dressed
Strange?
differently, and it makes things look more interesting. And then,
Right.
but
So
it depends on how they carry themselves. Because
okay,
I've
no, right. Okay,
yeah.
so initially, right off the bat, they look interesting, right?
Mm.
They look like who are who has the gall to wear a top hat into a bar? Uh, who has the balls to do that? What kind of a character is this? Now, it might turn people off, might turn some people off, but it also might intrigue someone. Like, wow, this guy must be someone, or he must have some kind of confidence, or he might have some kind of like, because rock stars, when they go anywhere, they just wear whatever the f they want, right? They're not asking you for permission; they're just doing whatever they want. So they have this aura about them immediately when they walk into the room. And also, when you walk into the room or walk into a situation, you need to be loud. You have to make a presence, so people will turn and like, what is that? You might be like, oh God, those loud people. Uh, I don't want to hang out with them. Or sometimes you might be like, my date is so boring, so quiet. Who are those interesting people over there? So part of that is like making a visual and presence when you walk into a room. Um, and so there's like different steps. So peacocking is like wearing something kind of outrageous, or loud that makes you stand out from everyone else in the room. And you mentioned earlier, like I wore something at the wedding that kind of made me stand out from everybody else, right? And David also wore that gold jacket that
Yeah.
made him stand out.
My
Peacocking.
dress matched David's outfit actually.
Yeah,
So
but David probably I would have had he asked me, I would have said don't wear the shirt that he wore. Wear something even crazier on the inside, like red. He had a black and gold jacket, and I was like, and he wore kind of like a white or gray shirt, and I would have said, with the shirt, wear something even louder, or something else. But anyways,
somebody had to dress him. He didn't dress
yeah.
himself. I
So I
thought
used to,
Jerry
yeah,
had to dress
I
him.
used, I used to be I used to dress up, but I would dress fairly conservatively when I was younger. I mean, I wear a tie and a dress shirt and slacks and dress shoes. So I guess it's kind of peacocking in a comic book company. But uh, so, anyways, there's different steps. I mean, maybe we can next stream. I think I'm going to wrap it up
Yeah.
because we're 2 hours and 40 minutes in. Want to get out of here, but I got to
We
get
should do
back to
that.
work.
A lot of these
Eh,
people here are guys, and I don't know, they're probably interested because you know this stuff really intimately. So we'll talk about social proofing next week. And then Courtney can.
Yeah, I mean, EHV, all that stuff is, and it's applicable too in business. I think it's extremely applicable in business, salesmanship, but also just in regular corporate kind of environments. Um, I had a good friend that's in the corporate world, and um, you know, he really also kind of bought into this thing. And there's pitfalls to it. There's abuse of power. There's just sometimes, like you said, Courtney. Talk about relationships. Neil, if you read his other books um, and you kind of followed his journey, you understand that a lot of it was, got to a point where um, he wasn't able to hold down a relationship because it just became too
Ah,
much, you know. Um, and anyways,
yeah. So he's not married right now or anything?
I think he was married.
His
Um,
his
he
kid.
was married. He has a kid. So,
Hmm.
but you have to come to certain realizations, and so it's interesting. Again, um,
It
at
sounds
the
like the
core,
hustle culture of dating. That's what it sounds like to
well,
me, where hustle culture can get really rough, and in the end, does it bring you any closer to somebody that you want to be with, for long term? Maybe.
Oh,
But can you take those things like be confident, stand out however you want? Because people like people who don't give a fuck because the way you dress, they like that because they're being as honest and real as they can be. And I think
right.
that's what men don't think. Like if a woman sees a man that looks really different, they're like, he's confident, he's obviously being himself. He's not trying to be anybody else. And that's
Hmm.
what would attract women more than the whole thing of actually standing out and looking different than other people. To me, that's what I would think. I'd be like, dude, that guy's looks crazy and I love it because they're being as honest they can be. So you think this person is actually kind of an honest person for being as crazy as they can be
Yeah, I mean
because they're doing what they want.
this book came out. When did the game come out, Sean? Do you remember? Like
look, Ryan read it. He
2000.
got Style and Mysteries autograph
Ryan
in it.
got it. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Ryan,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it came back
Uh,
a while ago, but I think all the stuff in there is really good. It's just that there are trends, and that trend is come and gone, but it doesn't mean that
Mm.
information wasn't good. I mean, it's all good stuff, but people just kind of moved on.
yeah. So there's and again, I've been to a few of those workshops with Neil. And because when the books came out, he asked me to go and sign copies and stuff, and it was also very interesting sitting down and listening to some of the speakers and the workshops that they had. And you'd be surprised. I mean, you think like a lot of times a bunch of like nerds that are in the signing up, but a lot of them are like a lot of really good looking guys. So you would think have no problem like meeting women. Um, but the thing is, like I also mentioned earlier, uh, you know, guys don't know what to say to girls, right? They don't know. There's no course on charisma that you can take. And guys don't read books. I mean, they read comic books, supposedly. I guess they don't even read comic books these days. But how do they? How do they? I mean, a lot of times, so you find like when I can talk about this forever. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole. Make sure, Jimbo, if you can put up the YouTube link, YouTube channel link. If you guys can hit that subscribe or follow on YouTube, it's free. I'm trying to build up a YouTube so we can hopefully eventually, maybe sometime this year, migrate over there fully.
Twitch won't be around anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. You guys have been so great in terms of. We got to see again. Like leveraging. I think we want to move over there a little bit more full time later on. That seems like a little bit more of a stable platform, right? I don't know. What do you guys feel? Thank you, Dr. Midnight. Fletch, is Fletch still here?
I feel like
I'm
he'll
here.
have a lot of things.
Fletch, you got anything else to add before we get out of here?
No, it's been a long stream, but good to talk about how this.
This has been a stream about relationships, so
I'm taking some notes.
And next stream maybe we'll talk a bit about dating.
Yeah.
I mean, February's coming up, right? So
There you
maybe we'll
go.
build the whole thing to February. When is hold on, let's get I gotta learn to shut up and get out of here. When is February 14th? Oh, February 14th is on a Wednesday. So Valentine's Day Eve. Maybe we can build up to like a dating game on February 13th.
Also,
Okay.
if anybody ever wants me to look at their dating profile, I've done that for plenty of guys. I'll tell you what's good or bad, what pictures to use, make it look
That's fun.
a lot better. I'm pretty good at that. No fish. Don't hold up a fish in your dating
Should we?
profile.
I can. You guys want to see my old Hinge or Raya?
I do.
Raya account. I used to have a Raya account.
What's that?
Next week.
Huh?
Oh yeah, next week.
Next week. And go Lions and scratch offs, more scratch offs. What do you guys want to see in the new year? More scratch offs. Go Lions. My old Raya account.
Oh, it's gonna be Lunar New Year soon too.
Oh yeah, Lunar New Year's next. Well, the 10th, and the Super Bowl is the 11th.
Yep.
So, Poop Man wants to know if the Charlie is up for bid. No one's claimed it yet. If someone claims it, then it's theirs. It's not finished yet. But then if not, we're gonna give it away. I don't know if I have time to color it, but hopefully this week is gonna be rough. I have a deadline coming up, or it's already passed. And then Year of the Dragon. So, Sean, anything to add before we go?
No, just it's Sponuary challenge.
Yeah, and Courtney.
Sponuary challenge.
Everyone contribute.
Roy Batty. I think that's Roy Batty said the first key to dating: be good looking. Second, be good looking. So, but actually,
Nah.
it's not really about your looks; it's about your presentation.
That's very true.
So, it's a lot of women, like more men are probably more visually oriented than women, but women, you'd be surprised. I mean, you look at me and you look at my girlfriend. I mean, I am completely out of my league, and I'll be the first one to admit I have won the lottery. We play these scratch-off games, but I already won. So, thank you, Courtney. But
You've always dated very good-looking women, but you also are a good person to date. So,
well, thank you. But it's not about looks per se, but I think about presentation and how you carry yourself. So,
it's about Spanx.
It's about what?
It's about the Spanx.
It's about the Spanx. I mean, the Spanx do help. You do have to, and when they're on sale, believe me, I buy a couple extra ones just in case. So,
Yo Jumbo says Bernard has game and also he can be charming. But I
Well, I
think
read
you're
the game,
charming because you're also very honest with everything you do, like I said, which is appealing to women.
and I've been catfished
And you've been
once.
catfished.
Once. I think just once, if I remember. Have I ever been catfished more than once, Sean?
No, it was just that one
I
time.
remember just that one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty. I was crying. It was pretty traumatic.
Oh.
But next week we'll start throwing. We got some bits. We got the battle of sketches bit. We got the sketch battle bit. We got the dating bit. We got some other things. So we're adding up programming. Hopefully, Fletch will get off his butt and we do some interviews with some actual comic book pros.
And you can demonstrate the cube too. Remember the cube?
Oh yes, the cube is
Next week.
The cube is amazing. There's a lot of games to play when you're on a date. Oh,
The cube.
the cube is
Yeah,
amazing.
you can run the cube on Courtney next week.
I think I played the cube with Courtney already.
Oh,
Oh, you
That's why
did.
she's so favorable. That's why she's so favorable. Yeah. So.
Oh, I
the cube.
remember that. I
See,
forgot
and she
what you said
remembers.
about me. You
But she
did it
remembers.
to. It was all three women we were together.
Oh yeah, that's difficult. Three. She's better if
three-way
it's just one
cube.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, tune in next week for the cube.
All right. See you guys. Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Oh, let's raid
Happy holidays.
Sorry. Let's raid somebody. Who should we raid? I always forget. Mika Muse, Shentaki, PokerStars, Kobe Shibi. Anybody? Anybody have any suggestions on who to raid?
Asian Bunny X.
Well, you guys can already go on that one.
I support my ladies. That's a tip for ladies. Never hate on other ladies.
Poop Kid
They look
says
ugly.
Nebitsi Zitsro. Nebitsi Zitsro. Spell that for me, please.
NABETSE underscore
NABETSE
underscore ZITRO.
ZITRO. Okay. NAB. Spell it again, please. NAB. Wait, start from the beginning.
Oh, NABETSE.
Yes, I have that. NABE.
Underscore. Oh, never mind. He's offline. Sorry. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. No. Anyone
Alien
else?
life form. Also known as Gordon Shumway.
Alien what?
Alien life form.
Is that one word or?
Nah, it's all separate.
Oh, it's not coming up. I don't see it.
Is he on? Yojimbo? Yojimbo pitched him.
Alien life form. It says no results.
Well, maybe he's offline.
Thanks for. Yeah, no results found. Alf. It's Alf. There's an actual guy named Alf.
Okay.
Alf. All right, Alf. Always on. Oh, it's the Alf show. All right. I'm gonna enjoy an episode of Alf. He always does this, Alf, with his hands. Remember? All right, right now. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Holidays.
All right. Wow, we got carried away there today.
Sorry.